ハローということで、配信待機中でございます。眠いねー眠いねーおはようございます。1時間半ぐらいしか寝てないけど。全然余裕っすね。余裕ではないけども。今日は TSM とスイートのとこいるかな多分。オーロラ。注目でござんすね。とか、ALGS 意外と配信始まるの遅いんだね。0時なんかだと11時40分とかからいつも始まるけど。試合開始の20分前から始まるからな。配信自体が。おはようございます。おはようございます。意外と始まらない。ALGS くん。省エネだね。チームでも見とくか、じゃあ。エキッペ。NA は今日から3週目。NA まだあるからな、こんだけ。これは違うか。あと3回かな。今日と来週に2回。土日にあるって感じかな、向こうの。これか。マーチ4、3月4。3月10日、で、3月11日で終わり。向こうは。しかも海外のいいところはね、1日12戦とかないからな。1日6戦しかやんないから。神だよな、神。で、1時間半。最近全然撮ってない。アジアフェスも別に寝てないし、あんま。ALGS も寝なかった。昨日とか、おとといか。全然寝てない。なんか結構寝なくてもね、なんとかなってんだよね、今のところは。今のところは。そのうち死ぬかもしれないけど。普通に体調を崩す生活してる。人がなくしたらゆっくり寝てください。いや、寝ますよ。寝なくても元気な体質ではないですね、別に。眠いよ。眠いけどね、なんかしんねえけど、いつも起きれるんだよね、俺。起きることは割と得意。 おはまる7さん、こんにちは。寝るのは得意じゃないのか？微妙。微妙っすね。睡眠の質はあんまり良くない気がする。2週目の時点でポイントどうなってんだろう？見るか。2週終わった時点で、1位がダークゼロか。平均順位高すぎっしょ。1位、これ3位だよね。1、3、2、2だよ。フナティックかなほぼフナティックかなこれね。これレベルがちげえ。始まんねえぞ。ダークゼロは出ないっすね。出ないのかな？ダークゼロって C だっけ？あれ？いいんじゃない？ダークゼロいるよ、今日結構やばいよ、メンツ。1322やばいよね。ぶっ壊れ。始まってるわ。ちょっと BGM 俺著作権かかっちゃって、収益が外れちゃうからよ。すいませんね。ちょっとここら辺はおふっときますね。すいません。ダークゼロレベル高いっすよ。モイストも強いね。LG、エレブエイト、TSM。フェーズここにいるんだ。へえ。おはちゃっす。この辺の BGM になるか。なんかね、クイズ出てる時の BGM 引っかかった気する。
Just scanning. Number one, number two. Oh, they're Apex South teams. That's crazy. There's so many Australians on this leaderboard. I don't know how that happened. I guess we're just really good. Going down there, we do see some actual North American teams. LG been doing pretty well. TSM, never see them out of the conversation, but Elevate are probably the one that have impressed me most in their glow up this season.
レブエイト。
And then we'll move on to the second page as well here. Vicky, talk to me about some of the names that jump out to you.
Disguise being on the cusp. This is always a team that likes to play with my heartstrings, and I don't know the comps that they were running yesterday. I don't know if we're gonna see that stick, the Wraith, the Fuse. I know there's a lot of change up here, but I want to see more change up from this squad. Even looking at teams like Optic, Gaming, Xset, they're going way back in time. I'm looking at comps from 2022 now being played with a double big boy in the Valkyrie meta. It's gonna be interesting to see how so many of these other teams try to stay on top. Even Sentinels, I want to call it Sentinels.
あれディスガイズでも意外と成績。
Yesterday, that's what I want to see from a team that has the capability to stay on top. They finished in 4th, I believe, yesterday alone, and they had some pretty good games on World's Edge, and they even won one really big one to end the day.
Yeah, and that's a good shout out to Vicky because NA has 11 spots available, making their way through to playoffs. So DSG being on that cusp is something we'll be keeping our eyes on. But we take a look at the third page here. These teams are in even more danger. Obviously, top 20 making their way through to regional finals, so they at least want to be there. Looking at Meat Lovers right in that 21st spot, but then also looking at relegation or bottom 8 squads. Okay, so anyone that's in this bubble right now wants to at least push out of that to keep their spot in Pro League and continue on in the competition. Otherwise, they'll be facing that PLQ competition later on in the year. So lots of stories that we have to kind of keep our eyes on when it comes to some of these teams, but we'll take a look at what we're calling the state of play. And we talk about this a lot. It's about those magical numbers, those thresholds for how our teams can qualify through to the next stages of competition. Genome, quite a few are already pretty set for playoffs.
They are, and I guess the other thing we should note here is that there's more slots in NA, right? You got 12 slots, 12 teams that are going to land, so the numbers will be a little bit lower, a little bit more forgiving than the ones we saw over in EMEA. So it was 90 for EMEA. It'll probably be a little bit lower, maybe sort of, you know, maybe 80, mid 80s, something like
これ
that.
ALGS ですよ。
North America.
And Vicky, of course, we have the middle of the pack looking
ALGS
even
です
closer
よ、
here
皆
in
さん。
NA since we
注
don't
目
have
の
as big of a spread when it comes to those teams at the top. So it's very close and kind of jumbled together here who could potentially even just make it through the regional finals.
Yeah, it's crazy to see how close it is in general, and with some of these teams, I mean, all of them, they all have two basically match days left to put points on the board. With the top 11 teams and the winner of the regional final advancing, it's starting to look grim for the teams that are on the bottom end of the overall standings. They have to literally have the pop-off games of their lives if they want to have any opportunity to compete in LAN.
彼は90ポイント以上でプレーオフ側に出場できるみたいな感じなので。あ、グループ A 素晴らしいメンツ揃ってるね。LG、オキシジン、TSM、SSG、オプティック、フェイズ、エターナル EC1 位だったね、昨日。ダークゼロ、COL、アペギャング、バースティ、ヒューズだからな。初動ファイトしたらね。今 LS やってるよ。ルーどうすんだろう。なんかライフライン使ってたけど全然だったけどね、ライフライン全くいいとこ見てなかったけど。
Last season's comps were not working at their strength. Now, with perks being added into Apex, Season 20 bring a whole new slate of different legends being played, I think this is the opportunity. I mean, better late than never here for the green wall to come up.
All right, well, lots of squads for us to talk about, but every time, you know, we want to narrow it down just a little bit into 3 specific teams that we want to be keeping our eyes on here today. It's time for us to talk about our ones to watch. We've got some great choices on the board here. We've got GKS, DZ, of course, and Eternal EC.
DZ.
Vicky, I want to start with your pick in GKS. Tell me about him.
All right, so we talked about how the top 11 teams and the winner of the regional final make it to split one playoffs for LAN. Well, GKS currently is sitting in number 9th in the overall standings. And after they were able to tear through the preseason qualifiers, they've been slowly ramping up each and every single Pro League day with their play. So they got 5th, I believe, last time, and they played in this lobby where they got 2nd behind Moist. When they were able to play in that exact lobby with groups A and C, that's when they found the most success. Both times, they were fragging out on World's Edge. Now with the Season 20 changes, I am expecting this team comp to change up a lot. We haven't been seeing a lot of the conduit. Cat hasn't really been utilized too much unless you're playing for End Circle, and that wall really comes in clutch. So I'm expecting a big change from this squad overall going into the next 2 days.
どんなに言ってるからの海外は週2回1日6000って感じかな。日韓はね週1で12戦行われる。ゴミ日ですね。
Yeah, so you know, we didn't start off so hot. I wasn't able to play the first match day of ALGS, but I played the last 3. and we've been taking off, you know, progressing every week. Our storm point is not up to par with our World's Edge. I believe our World's Edge is top 3 in Pro League right now, which is pretty crazy. Our storm point isn't close to that yet, but we're making some adjustments to that to hopefully qualify for lane here this year.
いいは言っちゃうとプラーレよりカーが圧倒的に多かったんですか？環境違い感じで面白かったな。そうなんだ。プラーレのは100強いけどな。
My playstyle adapts really well to Caustic and for the team as well. We're playing some Valkyrie as well with the buff that she got with her perks. And we're looking forward to hopefully get our storm point better like I was talking about earlier with Valk. And hopefully qualify for lane this year. And especially getting a new coach as well should be a new card on the table that should play to our benefit.
I'd love to be able to hear those stats about their World Edge performances so far, Vicky. That's impressive.
Yeah, and what's even more interesting too, Glitter, is the fact that we are starting on World's Edge this time around. So
150ダメのスプルと安定力がなかったと思いました。へえ。
All right, well, definitely a solid
pick.
Genome, it's time for me to ask you, it's like, would it be DZ or would it be Eternal Esports Club? No, it's definitely DZ. Tell me why you want to talk about it.
ちょっと破壊力ないんだよな。
Because they're the best, Glitter. That's why I want to talk about them. Obviously. I mean, you can look at any leaderboard, any stat line you want. They're on top of it. I mean, Zero and Jen Burton, the dynamic duo, have been together for such a long time now. Top 2 in kills, top 2 in damage. They are just shredding the competition. And it's not just that, but the way they play these games, they are just so consistent at finding themselves in end circles. And
お、マーク食べたシーンだ。マイク。ハボク最強だよ。
And this is one of the best ones we've seen in recent times. Zero taking on his compatriots here in
ダブルクレーバーしてたんだ。
And they've got that X factor as well, right? They've got the clutch gene. And you can see Zero pulling it off here. It's like, the lowest placement they've had so far in a Pro League day is 3rd in what is the most
First place finishes.
That is a
3 トップ3 6 全部入ってる。
They had a rough champs, right? They have bounced back from that like nobody's business because frankly, no one
ゼロが一番キルしてんだ。やば。キーマウだとキーマウ。あ、2人クレー持ったんだ。
Night and day difference when it comes to the performances leading up to this and then what we see in this new meta right now. They went from 26th overall to
まあカーよりプララだよ。強さはね。強さは。
They placed outside of top 6 only one time across all of their matches. And you can see that
俺意外と成績いいここ。6318 312めっちゃ強いじゃんここ。全然知らねえけど。全然知らねえけど。あ、マッチ、昨日の話か。昨日の成績の話だね。昨日1位で終わったんだよな、このチーム。カーは球回りの柔軟性があるか使われてるんでは、まあそこはあると思うけど。おはようございます。キーマンを極めたらパッとり強く見せつつ ALGS が証明してる気がする。そんなことないよ。ランクはね、自由に動きすぎるんだよね。だからパッとで突撃するだけでいいんだよ。競技者に動けないからね。周りの車線とかいっぱいあるし。
You have no
あと遠距離でキル取りやすいからな、
idea
キーマーは。
who literally eats, breathes Apex, doesn't sleep in between there, because the game must go on. Literally embodiment of Apex Legends right here. Kind of looking like how I feel after.
いや、なんかマジで打ち合いやすいよ。もうなんか、なんでもできるもん。
And so do these pro players. I mentioned it earlier
自由すぎる。
but we are starting off the day on World
競技士やったら分かる。動けないから。まともな戦闘できないから。展開しようとしたら周りから撃たれるからね。展開できないよ。結構正面ファイトが多いね、本当に。
And the different ways that a lot of these teams could take advantage of that, as we saw yesterday.
Man, who's got time for sleep? As you said, season 20's come out. We need to be in there grinding.
超戦闘しづらいよ。
Trying to understand these perks ourselves, get our hands on them, and work out, how they play, what's good, what's not. And yeah, that's what I've been doing.
注目すべき中部チーム、ダークゼロじゃないですか。
On cast 24 hours a day, apparently.
I can't have it any other way, Gino. This is what we need you here for as we take a look at the different drops.
Dark Zero 試練か。
into their POIs. Of course, we got two 50-50s going on, but Dark Zero does
TSM
over by Skyhook into Trials there too, which plays one fantastically, depending on
ソロランコン決めたシーンでプラチナ限界。まあプラチナ上げたらいいんじゃないかな。ハボックが最強だよ。いや。
I think we will see that. I'd be surprised to see like Dark Zero and Cream run into each other that much, to be honest. I mean, obviously, if you're playing Skyhook West and Trials, you see Zero drop in, do the Trials, boost his armor up that way. But the other two probably aren't going to run into Cream that much, I would say. But we will keep our eyes.
エーペックス面白いに同説するってことどういうこと毎日40万人いるけど、スチームは。スイッチはいないんじゃない人。CS 日本クソいるけどね。PC よりぞ。PC より。
Having trials loot, whether it be like a gold knockdown or anything out of trials, or even having the survey beacon, because sometimes two survey beacons are put into Skyhook West and Skyhook East. It comes out really nice. If you know that Cream has already rotated quickly, or they want nothing to do with Dark Zero, this is sometimes a team that likes to play for final circle positioning. That's if you get that second scan, because obviously you can't scan the same survey beacon twice, or even a ring console, for example, if you could just wait there by the ring console, that's extra points aside from an evil harvester that you can
コツですかありますよ。初動ファイトしないこと、敵ぶっ殺してアーマー育てること、あとアンチに向かうことですね。簡単っす。いきなりアンチ入んの弱えよ、マジで。ランクは。死ぬ。
Nice little note. We fly by through World's Edge. Loving the transition that we have from one map to the other, halfway through Pro League, so that way some of these teams can make that quick adjustment.
おっとライフラインが一丁見えるぞ。バルキリ多いな。あ、ルーやめた。昨日バルキリ全然いなかったんだよな。ストッパーでも1チームとかなかったバルめっちゃ多くなってる。みんな変えてきたな。シーオイルさすがにライフラインやめた。昨日まで気づいた。無理だって。ミラージいたマジミラージいた今。ミラージでも戦闘は強いんだよな。戦闘は戦闘するんじゃない。コースティックね 85% だったね昨日のグループは。視野いた視野使うならブラハ使うよさすがに。視野入れるんだね。ブラハのは簡単なんだよな。やるね。
Especially since I feel like when you're on the Bloodhound, talking about legend comps and who should be the entry fragger, IGL when it comes to information.
よしや、まあまあ。ただブラハ使うけどね。EC 被ってんだけど、終わったー。しかもお前でほぼ最下位チームじゃん。じゃあ最下位チームとか最下位だったな、このチーム確か。テンプル。
Is on the outskirts by Lava Fisher. We see the scan already, and this is why it's also so strong.
このチーム最下位だったかな。
Early on with the scan, even if you don't have the blue Evo shield here, it's a scan for scan on each side, but it's about having that information.
100% that will help Tempa plan their attack here against EEC. Both running the same composition. That's Bangalore, Bloodhound, and Horizon.
さあ、突っ込んだ。
You know, not that the height's going to help them here particularly.
これつで下物と間引いていく。しかし、通ると怖っ。さあ、ピーキー。壁じゃん。100！おい！最下位チームに負けない EC が昨日1位だったのにで DI チームが起きてきた。当たり前だよな。ちょうど入ったカブラからな。もうまだやば。アンチ2回読んでバンガーのアサルトを開けたね。これもあ、負けそう意外と。やっぱピーキー？あれ？もしかしてかもられてる？もしかして。DIG どうだったかな？ 10位前後だった気すんな。あれー、やめたー。終わったー。なんなら挟まれてる。積んでる。
And it's extra tough because, of course, these teams haven't looted properly. They've been spending all their time fighting.
アンチ2回読める。修正される予定だけどまだされてないよ。
It's going to be a really tough ask for them to really make anything of this game when they're going to be in absolute shambles as far as loot goes.
Yeah, it's not like we got a low, but
Countdown
it's like what Gino was saying here. The circle pulling towards countdown. Look,
ダークゼロ勝ちそうですねこれね。ダークゼロ勝ちそうなんちゃうな。上から入るの強いからな普通にこれ。てかここでさ頭にこれきん強いんだよな。本当だ。アルブーラーバルキリ使ってるよ。バルソンジブ。やっぱジブなんだな。気づいてるねみんなジブの強さに。バボメとりあえずバボ。でもスキューリー作ってんだ。
And this is the thing though,
Gino,
when you play for final circle positioning like this with just a blue Evo shield, yes, it's a lot of damage to try to get to purple, but that's what the Evo harvesters are for. So they're denying themselves the opportunity to get that second perk for the late game.
Yeah, it's very true. And you know, even in that interview, we
カタリスト紫にできたら強いね。
with Matafe, like he said it best, right? You really cannot rely on damage to upgrade from purple.
そのウルトは破壊ウルトだ。こいつら終わってんな。積んでね。あれしかし別が来た。フェーズが来たせいでエレベーターちょっと打てなくなってる。いやジブ強いよ。いやランクでも強いと思うけどね。別に弱くはないよ。難しいだけで。なんだやばいこれ番号。スイート LG やっちまった。しかしアペギャング周りからも来てる。これ TSM さあ、一旦ペガングは LG 落としきった。カー使ってる。ライターも。半端も乗った。TSM、ガス使ってるね。まあ、バンが使わないみたいな話はしてたんだけども。使ってないね。バルブラハガス。これ流行ります。これ流行ります。
The guy on your screen right there, Verhulst, I mean, he is essentially the one who popularized this gun, right?
ゲーミンググラディエーターだっけ ?GG。
And all of a sudden, everyone
下やばすぎだな、これ。
decided that the amount of, damage per mag that you can get, and, Raven's favorite word, uptime, is something that the Havoc gives you, so...
I've never slept
on the Havoc. I
was able to play this game before the Havoc. Before the Havoc even had a ramp up.
ダークゼロ勝つよ、これ。ダークゼロ勝利アンチな気する、俺。さあ、いきなりルーが死んだ。やばい。まあ、ここら辺のアホいたらね、知らないから。
And a lot of teams got into countdown, but they're going to be sorely disappointed, Vicky, because as you can see here on the
全然いないんだけど、やば。スカスカじゃねえかよ。Oh my god。スカスカなんだけど、やばすぎっしょ。第3、4なチーム入ってきそう、普通に。みんなカウントダウン読んでるわ。スカスカ、なんならもう4チーム死んだけど、早いな。スクリームかな。ダークゼロはね、まあ動きやすいところだよね、やっぱ。フナティクと同じムーブ。
Yeah, because who's got this information? Optic are going to get it. They're actually going through staging right now. Elevate Gaming, who just
ただバル搭載してないの怖いねぐらい。まあそこは出しそうでなんとかなるかな。お仕事いってらっしゃい。アシスト邪魔しないからバンガルガスが多くなってる。なってくるわな。そうなの。アシストの関係なのかそれは。In a circle or two, we're going to get a big shift as these teams check their inventories and they're like, please, do I have an evac tower in the survival slot?
Especially with the teams now landing with the Valkyrie ults too. So much Valkyrie in this lobby compared to what we had last
GKS が取ったね。いいところ。アペギャングはここ。でもここね、最初のうち絡まないからな、マジで。この家からチャンピオン取ることマジないからな。俺の経験上絶対取れないここがいたチーム。ガスね、青は強いよね。パークはね、青で使えるパークがね、優秀なキャラが強い、マジで。まあ、アンチに無礼入る移動しやすいとこいたら絶対強いよ。だどっから積むの入ったら。周りがいすぎて。戦闘まともにできないからな、入っちゃうと。
If you don't have a digi, you're at risk, and that's why we're seeing much more of these pros take advantage of pistols or even the Mozam, the shotguns in general. Mozam saw that in Optic's hands. While they are holding on to the high ground, you can see Noct with that red Evo, and that's all thanks to that rotate here too. Let's jump into a listen with Optic Gaming to see what their next plan is.
So we're just playing into that spot where we just were.
Yeah.
But we
Someone
just
flies into it, we need to bully the fuck out of them.
Oh yeah.
おはようございます。ブラハバンガガス。得た。えブレックスやばくね。まあ、味方カバーいるから大丈夫か。ドロップとか、愛印のかな。おお、カウントダウン持った。
we need to wait.
え、TSM はダークゼロに突っ込んでる。
As soon as we leave.
Yeah, I know. I'm just wondering if it's like good cover there, you know? If
Scanning!
zip for it, yeah?
I'm fine with that.
I just don't want them to take it before us, you know?
I like the comms coming in from Optic. They're trying to plan ahead to see what the rotates are with the squad playing.
漫画がガスどちらかを移動確認するなら近い制御能力高くないけどパッドとしてリスポーンなしガスでいいじゃんって流れかなと。ああ、どうだろうね。どういう思考なんだろうね。
I guess the silver lining for some of these teams is
Otto?
because no one had really scanned this in advance. You know, we're not seeing teams rotate one way and then have to pull back. They're probably seeing that, because obviously they can't see the next circle that we can. And they're, yeah, look, they're starting to rotate now.
Otto, Piki!
Dark Zero.
目だな
On the side as we see Taylor fighting for this very important spot. They take it off skirt.
バンがピーキー。金スコレんだよな、でもな。ピーキー2個は流行ってんだよね、結構。愉快人は30とかなんか、キーマウス結構使ってるね。力さまあでもどこの地域をそうだけど上と下でかなり差があるよね。さすがに上位のチームはそんなに差はないよ。プロリーグだって上と下で相当実力差あるからな、本当に。ターボチャージャー、マーシフ、フザシャヘイ、モビー。おは、いいぜ、押したぜ、ナイス。強っ。モバイルス2個そこなすの強っ。リアライズとフナティック初動ファイトは勝負だってなかったね。フナティック全勝だからな、リアライズと初動ファイト何回したんだろう、あれ。10戦ぐらいしたと思うけども、多分全部勝ってるからな。フナティック。っていうぐらい下がった、マジで。さあ、シアズミStill playing off that slight low ground, gonna be able to get the loot they need right before these teams here in landside start engaging on this rotate. This is sometimes a little bit of a risky rotate, even if the circle is pulling more towards that countdown spot, but you're still out in the open for teams from Lava Fisher building or even by that. あ、ライフラン紫になってる。ケアパケ出したんかな、かラストスタンドが。あ、クレーバー持ってるってことこれあれだ。多分ケアパケだね。
One of those teams looking to hold out Gaming Gladiators. You can see they've already converted the care package into a Kraber.
Oh!
Hansenberg. Was that a no reg? I swear I heard that hit.
I heard it.
アホアホ。ああ！シュービー抜かれた。最短バンガウルト。じゃあこれは突撃か。まずかっきる。確か SSG も来てる。これ GG 終わったね。挟まれてるわ。やってもうたー。しかしエレベートこれかなりやばいぞ。切られまくってる。空爆に入れられた。ザップ終わったか。回復シード大変すぎんのこれ。ガス、まあ右行くしかねえよなこれ。やばい。パンチパンチパンチパンチパンチパンチパンチパンチパンチパンチパンチパンチじゃないのこれ。一応格闘を少しよって今の空爆食らいながらでもね少し速くなるんだよね、移動速度。使わないんだね。なんか GKS すごいとこ残ってる。えぐい。みんな激ミなんだけどよく残ってんな。それですごすぎるだろう。へー、パンチパンチマジで。 空爆食らったらパンチだよ。やらないってか多分知らないんだろうな。知らないんだろうな。プロでもやってる人いないしな、あんまり。細かいけど大事だよな、あそこ。あれパンチすることによって、アンチがダメージ受けなくて済んだからな、今。細かいけど大事な技術だね。初めて知ったマジホライゾルトもね、パンチで抜けやすくなるよ。TSM ね、まあ、バルート使っても降りられるよ、多分。TSM 狙う場所はね、ちゃんとあるんですよ。足とフラウルトでパンチしてたけど、空爆はね、ガスとかもないよ。基本的に足遅くなる系は全部パンチでいいよ。あれ？あ、ダークゾルなんか変なの死んでたな。なんだ今の。ダークゾル変なの死んでた今。なんだ今の。風船壊されたのかな。When you go for these later rotates, unfortunately they had no other choice. They get the banner, but they can get the shields off while they're at it. Unfortunately, it's only up to Verhoeven. TSM! なんか最下位チームが暴走してんだけど、強い。さあ、Wi-Fi 来てる、Wi-Fi。Wi-Fi 来てる。しかも GKS 強い。なんか残ってんだけど、3人。強っ。あ、そして、あと1人になっちゃった。さすがに厳しい。さあ、オキシジン。オキシジンか。
I mean, smoke everywhere. The team's essentially just spraying through it. The Bloodhound in ult, probably the only one who has any
残ってるぞ。いやしかし無理。6キル。クレーバー持ってる。ベインだ。ベインのクレーバーだ。やばい。破壊される。最強キーマンベイン。ダークゾル風船どこもなかったの？あ、そうなんだ。
Space Station somehow still alive, I believe, as a solo. But in the line of sight of Oxygen, as they haven't fully realized it just yet. You see how they play around this next corner. 4 squads left. It's Oxygen, Space Station, Dropkin Gaming, and Native Gaming.
Honestly, hard to call. Okay, so the circle is ending just in front of this command center. So yeah, like trying to describe it as the orientation strategy, but just to the left here of where Dropping Gaming is looking on the platform, facing out towards Oxygen. So I think all teams are eventually going to get forced out of their positions. It's kind of just depends on which one is first. Obviously that faint circle in the middle there was giving you the indication of where these teams will be heading towards, but who gets forced out first? That's always the question.
DIG もポジ強いな。じゃあカタリストそうせたい。でも青かよ。カタリスト青かよ。青だと15秒なんだよな。なんで真下いるし。俺オキシジンが先動かなきゃダメだね。オキシジンがこれ多分 DIG と当たるかな。どうだろう。まあ張り付くか。張り付くね多分。となると DIG はどうだ。中でこもってから出るよね多分。あーこれ本当張り付きたいんだよ下に。お来た。目玉き RE See ya。そう、オキシジンから死んだ。ハイドまだ残ってんだけど、やば。ハイド、ザイニューがまだ残ってる。熱い。意外と熱い。確かにガスが臭い。ザイニューのパンチ。ザイニュー死んだ。ザイニューパンチ。パンチ。おお。ハマポモザン。いや、ハマポモザン超強えマジで。ガチゴッドだよ。
Lux video, of course, coming across from the Meat Riders. So that pickup is certainly looking pretty good if you are Klein and Rambo right now.
And it's nice to also see the Seer being utilized when we see so much Bloodhound, and I guess it's the consideration that you could see everything through the Bangalore smokes, the caustic gas, even with the
Punch なんですよ。やばいね。Punch すごいな。
Scan on them for longer, as that is one of the perks available for Seer. You can just keep that enemy highlighted like you can for Bloodhound. But they also, I believe, had that rotate from Monument quickly over to Countdown, so they had to wrap around Countdown and still fight their way into that final circle. Because if you were rotating from the landside side for that final circle, that was incredibly difficult, and that's why only Oxygen was able to come out from that choke.
Yeah, because they were the first there, right? Like it's yeah. Once you were set up in that position, it was incredibly hard, as you said. I mean, we saw how many bang ults got thrown out. It didn't really matter which team you were. You know, you were like maybe 3 or 4 coming out at the same time, and at that point, you almost can't even heal through it.
Yeah, I'm wondering here, a lot of the teams that fell early on in that game, Luminosity, unfortunately falling pretty early.
まあ、モザンはね、ランクでも全然使えるからな。ネイティブゲーミング、誰かわかんないけど。22ポイント。
Dropped in, we saw where they rotated, where they were, and they were able to get the 2KP from the third party that they came in.
RE 簡単だよ。右上にしか行かないもん。イージーだね、イージー。
Try to contest that rat, punching one of the members into the circle for Oxygen Esports had fallen in fourth. But with 8KP, Temper with 9, it's pretty evenly split when you take a look at the kill count for our top 10 squads, minus DNL.
Yeah, a little bit of an outlier there. Tempo with 9 is, yeah, honestly pretty impressive by them. As we move down, we get to see Elevate Gaming, who managed to pick up a couple. Game and Gladiators, who I think maybe took out one of those teams around Landslide before falling in the great push towards Oxygen. And then below there, it's Slim Pickings.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. LG all the way at the bottom, 19th Eternal as well. Complexity phase as we take a look at native gaming stats for that game. Look how forward with the 2KP, following up with the damage to help clean out, get that 4KP. But I like the communication coming in from native.
ツイートあれどうしたんだろうね。喋ってて音聞こえなかったんかな。
They were able to follow up with one another, but can they keep that going into this next game on World's Edge is the question.
I mean, well, at least they've given themselves the good vibes to start with, right? They've given themselves a chance to start getting that momentum. We know Rambo can definitely get high on those.
Rambo is always built different when it comes
ランボー暴れてんじゃない。それ昨日インタビュー出てたな。ランボー。名前出てこなかったけど、ランボーだわ。なんか3試合終わった後になんかインタビューがあるんだけども、それに出てたね。BGM 消すわ。お酒かかっちゃうからよ。ダークゼロやば。出せなかったんだね。ゼロ配信しないかな。いるじゃん。ちょっと見てみようぜ。あー、なるほどね。溶岩の上出せないんだよね。ラストは。クライム登って。
I can make it. I can make it. Solana,
Yeah.
maybe.
Way to jump up here. Come. I can't evac. I can't evac anywhere.
Wait, what about on me?
I can't evac anywhere.
Yeah, you can. We have to reps on.
I got, bro, we're fucking dead.
I'm going.
Bro, are you fucking serious?
I died. I can't.
溶岩の出せねえんだよな。
Fucking-
There's no way you can't evac that. Like what?
泣いてる。これは泣いてますね。
Actually fucking brain dead.
I didn't think I even needed to check it because there's nothing above.
Yeah, there's nothing above. Yeah. Even that's why I said it in the first place because there's nothing above us. We can just third party or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know why that doesn't work.
まあまあまあまあまあまあ。まあそういう時もありますよ、ゼロさん。しょうがないです。
It worked for Native Gaming, who come out on top in match number 1, and they had to do so in a pretty aggressive fashion. They had to push in, like you guys were talking about, and take that space away from DNO. Ended up working out for them really, really well. But we also saw a couple other
あ、もうぜ、
changes, like
もうぜ、オーナー失踪してたからね。やばいよね。
Big Boy on behalf of Optic. They've also gotten rid of the Valkyrie.
本当に新規チームは怖いね。
More popular composition, but we did see Gibby on a couple other teams, so we're still getting a little bit of variety here in NA, which I love to see right now. I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of viewers that want to see Gibby back, right? There's
Right?
just something about bubble fights, the way it enables
オーナー失踪した。
gameplays if you're a fan, the way it enables
まあよくある話っすよ。
just
e
a
スポー
couple of
ツ。
things that I feel like
儲かんねえ
we've
か
been
ら。
missing from Apex, so we've been missing from the competitive
なかなか儲からないからね。しょうがないよね。
So now, and I think we're ready to have that sort of that fresh injection of something a little bit different back into the game.
マジなんかお金儲けしようと思って e スポーツ始めても絶対無理だよ。
Talked about how important they've become with the changes made to the Digi threat not being on the SMGs now, and then you combine that with the likes of
よくある話っすね。
super useful, especially for the chaos that is
そもそも儲かる業界ではない気するもん。
So it's interesting to see the way that the different
失踪できるもんなんだな。本当だよな。まずそこだよな。 本心普通。 失踪
you know, comparing the different regions, and then of course seeing how all those styles clash together at LAN, right? And I mean, obviously with most regions picking up that Bang Blood Caustic the most. Again, Caustic's one of those runaway picks where, you know, it starts to snowball, you get a couple, and the rest of the lobby kind of feels like they have to follow suit. So,
水飲んでこよ。
potential for that if we get these different regions playing against each other once we get onto the big stage too.
Yeah, LAN is going to be really exciting in this meta. I cannot wait to see what happens there. But of course, we're still talking about what we've got going on right now. If you're just joining us, we're in match number 2, heading into our next match on World's Edge. I want to see if we're getting another seer. Native Gaming sticking with it after it went really well for them in match number 1. I want to see if this could maybe change some opinions on popularity when it comes to these legends. Obviously, we've got some Watsons in there, we've got some Valks in
おっ
there.
とミラージュどこ本当だ右下じゃん。 あれミラージュ打ったテンプルマジ
I mean, even the Watson Catalyst?
え、ミラージュ打ったさっき。いなかったよね。
That's something I question. I think in terms of how it plays together.
若い人なんかね、どうなんだろうね。ジリヒンス、もがんねっす。オプティック
by doubling up on a class there as well, so that's definitely something that these teams have to consider. But you know, it's essentially the comp that
オプティック一生これビッグモードとスタック取ってんな。強すぎだろ。ランドマーク。
Now, one of the things that did happen early on in match number 1 was this contest over at Countdown between Temper and EEC.
これ入れてないじゃん、やっぱ。
Not go the way of EEC in match number 1, and it looked like it could have potentially boded really well for Temper when we saw where that first zone ended up shifting straight on to Countdown, but Temper could not fend off all of the other squads who eventually started pushing in, trying to hold for position. We see now, though, that these two teams are opting for a more conservative stance. They're splitting Countdown right now, not going for that same initial engagement. Although EEC does look like they're trying to at least kind of keep an eye on Temper and see if they can maybe do a little bit of poke damage here.
And it's interesting how Countdown contests have changed as well, because you got to think about before it was really for those bombers in the middle of Countdown. You wanted to
ランク最弱武器。最弱。まあ最弱じゃないけども。まず疲れないね。競技士はね、結構チュンチュン出るから強いけど。さあ、まず右回りいいね。これで追い詰めるの。いやなくなったからそれのカバーだね、これは。
forcing the smokes out and having to back off here, maybe get some heals going, get those shields back up, and hopefully have enough time before Temper tries to make a move, knowing they've got a little bit of an advantage here. They are able to find him down. Carter goes down.
あれエターナル EC また負けんのこれ。
Honestly, it's down to 1 for EEC. This is going to be another push here for Temper that could go in their favor.
Yeah, they're covering all the angles.
バンが足速え死んだ。おーっと EC なんと2連続0ポイント。やば。
That's EEC going down this time. So Temper, after a very good game 1, might be looking to push themselves off the bottom of those overall standings.
And not in a bad space yet again when it's going to come to a rotation here as we get a look at the zone for the first time. Epicenter going to be a little bit of a hotbed.
あれルーやべえじゃん。あルーはいるか。
As well as the squad who won first game. I think I saw Native in there right now. Lou dealing some damage. Also pointing out Retzi is in for the squad here today. Kimchi not able to play this time around. So we'll have to see what Complexity can do with a little
有利だ。
Yeah, a little bit sad to see, you know, Kimchi was
ルーはこれ索敵。索敵しながら追うやつ。
being so proud of how far Complexity has come as a squad. How many people counted them out?
ドゥプレックス
Really have shown the haters here. It's been fun to see.
あ抜かれた。フィニッシャーフィニッシャーフィニッシャー。フィニッシャーいらないのかよ。フィニッシャー100円もらえるよ、100円。美味しいよ、結構。
Just a little
Yeah.
for the highlight reel there out of Monsoon doing a good job also putting Native
会社住所見たら普通の民家だったの。そうなんだ。
as they are going to have to deal with having lost one of their players.
さあ、いるじいが、まずはビーコン読み。
We're now looking in with LG, and LG was a team I was wondering how they were going to do.
ガセット投げ返すお互い TSM! TSM!
Hunt has been popped by Hal, and he's trying to do a little bit of wrap here, get a different angle, and start dealing some damage. Able to get
うおー、インペラル負けた。
players out, but ends up getting knocked.
スナイプ
In response, however, the rest of the squad is quick to follow up with some damage.
バースやば。スモークだからあれ。結構エイマってんのやばいな、普通にやっぱ。じゃ、ベッパ来たからこれ無理か。オプティック来てるね。ワンチャン、インペラールこれ、蘇生いけるな。助かった、TSM。
Perhaps Ape Gang were in the area and they don't want any more of that nonsense. All right, they'll get out. Ape Gang.
さよなら、さよなら言ってたよね、なんか。
That means TSM probably will then be able to get the reset. Honestly, kind of lucky.
TSM 勝ってたね。バンガー抜いてる。まあ、バル入れても移動できるようにしてるね。バンガーとホイ移動できるけど。ガス入れてるの多分アンチ読みとガスメタ対策なんじゃねえかな。ストッパレジベどうだろうね。別になんかあんまり構成変わってなかったんだよね。全然ガスいたし。
rotate here, and they honestly should have a decent amount of space to work with.
Yeah, they've
おお 301だ。
Plenty for themselves over there in Skyhook.
Skyhook.
Zero and Cream are sort of lurking, but as this circle closes in, we'll get an idea of whether it's more a climatizer circle, maybe an epicenter one, as well as teams are definitely hedging their bets on that side at the moment. Dark Zero, of course, with that
どうだろうね。
Bloodhound will
強い
be
け
able
ど
to
ね。
pull up onto this house and get the player scan.
ただサポートってね、あれ、キャッシュ稼げないからね、ちょっとそこがどうなるかって感じはあるけど。
Well, that shift is definitely going to start setting up some of our teams to be pretty comfortable. You can
まあ、
see
コントローラーキャラ積んで、
squads are trying to
ア
hold
ンチ
a
2回
little
読ん
bit.
で、
LG was alone in that climatizer area.
ランから読んで、あとは、
Holding that down, but Optic Gaming
よ
started
が
to
引っ
make
掛
a
け白
move
なし、青にしなきゃいけない。ただ、リンコーソロ湧いてなかった時は痛すぎるね、白で。絶対白だし。
sticking around and TSM eventually had to rotate through, so now TSM finding
腹
themselves
起きとる。
back in a fight here with Ape Gang. But I doubt anyone
TSM!
here for too long.
箱は、あ、されたんじゃないのこれワンチャン。
Team on a late rotate that could potentially third party this Ape Gang look like they want to play it safe and decide to get out of dodge.
Yeah, they backed out there. I mean, Verholst obviously on the Valkyrie can get up on top of the silos. It's a strong spot with less horizon than there was at the start of this split. You know, vertical supremacy there is something that counts for a bit. Dark Zero don't have any of that themselves. They've got to rely on brute strength, a lot of fighting power coming out in this Bang Blood caustic comp. Both, you know, obviously the smokes and the Beast of the Hunt providing it at sort of, you know, mid to long ranges, and then the
最大手以外は選手の給料高いけど、会社自体は儲からないって聞いたことあるけど、そんな感じですか。そんな感じじゃないですか。いや、俺はもう、e スポーツが儲からないと思ってるけど。
rotated away. Now they're giving themselves a little bit of time to find some position. So that was really, really strong on behalf of that squad. Meanwhile, TSM still in the area, and Complexity now making that late rotate.
逆にどうやって利益出すんだ？
They could potentially have to worry about one of those squads coming through, trying to do some poke damage in the backs of TSM, and Complexity looking quite comfortable here with those purple evos. So while they're trying to decide whether or not they can TSM, let's jump in and listen and see what their comms are having to say.
お、おごったら激しい。ルー強え。これがパッドに変えたルーか。エイムめっちゃ合ってたな今。TSM! TSM! 負けない。
Nice, baby!
Nice, baby!
What's close? I don't know where. He's running, he dropped west, he dropped west. Careful for back now. Don't let him. Yeah.
I'm getting 4 kills.
Get fucking shit, Lou.
We do.
COR?
Yeah, smoke me if you can.
Watch our back, watch our
I smoked, I already smoked.
Yeah, I'm looking back south.
チレるチレる
Two on this rock here. It's a caustic bang bloodhound. We might have angles on them. They're not in a good spot here.
I need to grab
They're getting shot. They dropped on low on the south.
Okay.
On the south of this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the open.
Yeah, I don't see.
Do you see that
Drop.
guy?
No, I don't see anybody.
Right here, 95 on caustic.
Oh!
70 on.
Right there. 50 flash.
I'm nading that.
I'm gonna queue real quick. Good queue.
Might be able to go crossover on this platform.
渡ってぶっ殺しに行くの。
Nice.
そうされた
Nice. Another team on the west platform. Okay.
Okay, we need to collab with them. Just collab.
60 cracked.
They're still on caustic smoke.
取られた。
Another team on the southwest and another team on our platform.
強え。
I don't know if it's his teammates or not.
モーズン強え。
Sure. Yeah, just go back. Let me play this. Yeah, he's in zone right here. On inside the RV. Smoking my cross. We can just play in too.
I'm gonna get this
He's
fucking
on
full
the
kill.
store. Yeah, we can and win.
Got it.
Nice.
Tunnel.
He's in zone. There's a fucking hound in zone.
There's another hound over here. It's the solo hound from earlier.
Yeah. I think we should probably drop and look into tunnel right now.
There's
Can
one
somebody come
hound in
with me?
tunnel. There's one hound in tunnel right now.
Can somebody stay on top and look? Actually,
I'll stay on top.
We just need to play their spot. We'll kill them on zone close.
Yeah.
I need to look in front of us right now.
They rest.
Over on the left?
Yeah.
I don't know if we can do anything off that.
Oh, complexity. Get
すごいね。
TSM. You can still see Hal's still alive there. Now he actually is ratting. I don't think they actually were ratting when complexity called it before. That might have been some poor awareness, but hey, they turned it around in no time at all.
That was impressive because not only were they able to really push off TSM, but then they just continued following up damage after damage.
Shut on.
Successfully cleared out that whole portion of the zone, but now back on board with DNL Gaming, who have gotten fully reset before after they ran into complexity and Monsoon's Sentinel, now finding themselves back and forth here down to Joe, who's trying to survive, able to clean up, tries to escape, but then the third party comes through.
Hal? Did Hal get that last kill?
I don't know. I was trying to pay attention to the kill feed. That was chaos. If
す
that was
ごい。
Hal, then that was insane.
Was that like the best timing ever to jump in on that third party? I mean, look,
すぐ3キロだってね。あちー
That's pretty cool. He might actually run into another solo native gaming.
てかさっきセノックスがかなりやらかしてた。やばい
Here's his chance. Oh, there's a barrel in the way though. I mean, yeah, you have to worry at this point, right? Because you're like, you're expecting a team around every corner. You're not expecting another solo. He can't.
Oh my god! ランボーぶっ殺してきた。一人じゃんでも。
Oh man, that's it. Hal is usually one of the best movement players as far as controller players go, but you can see just struggling a little bit with the lava river there.
もうすぐ
Definitely rough, but that was impressive survival on behalf of Hal while also
いやしかしこれはアペギャングにさせて取られる。
Complexity, who was on an absolute slaying tear, now finding themselves stuck inside of this building down to just Monsoon, if I'm not mistaken. Eighth gang pushing in, trying to clear out the squad and finding themselves in a really easy spot. Monsoon does go down, ends up being Crook who takes him out, and
Yumi.
Eighth gang find themselves owning this building in a much more comfortable position.
Yeah, they're gonna have to start shifting west though. Glitter, they'll have to go past dropping gaming. We saw them, you know, kind of being the trolls under the bridge, locking down that one that goes into Epicenter. Gaming Gladiators will go a bit more south, and then you've got the people who are actually in Epicenter. And I feel like
これはアフリカ勝ちだろ。さすがに出るかないで。ダージ入ってんじゃん。ダークでこれ強いな。勝ったか？あ、まだいるね。
2000 IQ. Okay, that's what it is. Not to mention DZ's been holding this low ground underneath SSG.
GG 積んだなこれは。クレバ持ってるベイン。
Everybody that's even remotely close to the edge is about to find themselves in the middle of an engagement. Like you said, Drop-In Gaming is doing a good job gatekeeping that eastern edge of the zone, and Ape Gang will have to push through that. But OXG, one of those teams that helped Complexity take out some of those teams in the middle, now finding themselves running into Gaming Gladiators, trying to do some damage and really be annoying.
Lifeline ga.
I say that some nice little quick cleanup there out of reeds to clear up some more space.
ヒューズですか？もうやれないっす。ヒューズ強くねえよ。勝てねえよあれ。無理だよ。ネタキャラだよヒューズはネタキャラ。いやーエピセンよりだ珍しいね。スキタのケーキス持ってんじゃんクレイは。
And then, yeah, we've got all our other teams, the LG duo, Elevate, Dark Zero, SSG, safer on the western side of the zone.
やばい決めに行った臭い臭い死ぬこれは無理だバブルファイト
Trying to see if he can land any shots here on the squads around us. You can see just how much is being used to zone right now.
ガツに強くないのか。思ったやつ強いけど他が弱すぎる。
So many teams around them, and they know they have to continue moving in. That they have to pick a direction to do that safely. They've got Drop-In Gaming above them, who still have Ape Gang.
もう誰も入れてないもんね。ヒューズ。
LG is up there as well, so you can see in this overview just how many teams are about to get into it.
やば。スティックやってもらった。さあファンクはまさか切る。
you know, potentially make this happen now because it's a 2v2. If they want to take this fight, they needed
ラッキーキル。来たバースティー。あーノクトやばい。突っ込んだ一人でハモック。やられてるぞ。やられてる。ハモックパワー。ワンチャンある。上から撃たれたー。What? いや間に合うかいよこれ。一回食らえるか。いや食らえないな。大丈夫か。あと走るしかねえ。しかし LG に行けられてる。これ空爆待ってからの今画面に見てるまっすぐ進行かな。入ってんのかそこ。あっちー激アツポジ LG なんだそこ。ダークゼロはしっかり残ってる。当たり前だよな。ダークゼロはなんかやっぱりいいとこ取ってしまう。神文字なる。頭いくら打ってるし、グレがやばいね。さあ SSG か死んでいけ。これダークゼロいいですね。スキャリー。真近くの舞台の敵の位置は分かった。オキシジンだけは取んなかったかな。エレベーターもなんかとんでもないこと言うけど。あ、登れる。オーマイガ射撃だ。一本取られた。やば。やったことあるサイクズ。いやーこれオキシジン逃されたらな。オキシジン。いやーこれダークゼロやったな。あでもまだ展開できたらワンチャンある。ベインがちゃんとした兵使ってんだよな。いやーこれきついダークゼロ。これフォーカスする。サイクズ返すなんか知んないけど。ガスルだー。全バテー。全バテ2ゼロ。あれー勝つの勝つ。あの状況で勝つの強すぎるだろ。
I mean, yeah, as you said, oxygen pulling into that. They've got, you know, full reds, full health, full everything.
やっぱダークゼロなんですか。
They even had the caustic ultimate. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, Glitter.
Literally 3 seconds sooner. I think if they had just pushed in a little bit quicker, if they had been ready to go a little bit sooner, that could have been a fight that went in OXG's favor because they had 3 reds, everybody full health. Their kills ready to go.
ガス食らいながらやっちまう。強いな。
It was just that split second of indecision that gave DZ the opportunity to get Sykes back up and fully reset.
Yeah, I think Zach agrees with you. Just he had some advice for Oxygen in the lobby chat just now. He said, I think just let DZ res. Yeah, I think he might be onto something there. And it was an important fight as well. You know, not to take away from Oxygen and what they've done so far, right? Because they were sitting in #1 spot going into that final fight. So they're essentially fighting with DZ over first place in this lobby. And that fight may have meant that Dark Zero leapfrogged them and start sort of taking that momentum away from them.
Definitely well played on behalf of DZ. Still a strong finish.
13キルですか。さすがっすね。
KP for DZ. I mean, you've got to be happy, Genome. This is what you wanted.
It is.
これがゴッド。
I am happy. There's a smile on my face right now. 25 points in a single game here. Dark Zero putting numbers up already. A big shout out to LG here. 5 placement points and 3 kills for 8. That, considering they were a duo for most, like, you know, the last maybe 3 circles or something.
Yeah.
That really impressed me, the way they were able to navigate that. Especially when you think about how many bloodhounds are in the lobby right now, how easy it is to send, identify, and then send duos. Well played.
I mean, we'll take a look at the second page here, but there's lots of teams not on this first page that I feel like still had impressive performances.
Shioより走り取ってんだけど。
They had 8 kills. They just went out a little bit earlier than they would have liked, but the slaying power that we saw coming out of that squad, I think even Lou had almost 2k damage to himself, the most damage in the lobby for that last match. So this is not necessarily, at least their placements,
Here's a focus car.
performance that we saw heading into that. And
ウルトからまず逃げられないようななんかね、欲しいっすね。高さ変えるとか。低すぎるんだよね。
cleaning up GKS.
だって岩の上とかなんか箱の上取ってジャンプして逃げれるのクソ弱すぎじゃね？マザーロード。さすがに舐めてるだろあれは。弱すぎる。もう本当になんか逃げれなくしてほしい。そもそも当たるウルトじゃねえのに。高さが足んない、まず。
And oobing was a lot more effective. You had people oobing with caustic gas, right? Like throwing a caustic ultimate from the high ground and then just dropping down into
フューズのウルト高さ変えれるようなパークがあったらいいね。
You're essentially kind of like naked when you
じゃないと無理だわ。弱すぎる。機動力高いキャラしかいないからさ、全部逃げれるんだよな。レブナント、パス、ホライズはもう全部逃げられる。無理でーす。なんならランパートのバリケード足して、その上乗って逃げれるからな。ジャンプして。終わってんだよな。高さ足んない。無理だね。今のメタには合わなすぎる。当たらない。絶対に。ゼロ視点ずっと見たけど、肉一回も削れてないの。えぐい。おー、素晴らしいね。エヴァンが強いけど、それでもバルツのデルトファイトどうなったって感じある。でバルキリ結構いいんじゃない？パッとは逃げやすいんじゃない？炎がじわじわ収縮する。そうなんかウルト強くしてほしい。ウルトは弱すぎる。フューズは終わってる普通に。破壊力なさすぎる。オキシジェン。オキシジェンだね。マギー。マギーいいんじゃない？マギー面白いと思うけどな。
One match can really turn it around for some of our teams. I mean, Native Gaming still finding themselves in 3rd place after that strong first game performance, and then things start to get really close from there on out. But when we're looking at the second page, we need to see some of these other squads start to step it up, especially when it comes to the bigger picture of trying to continue on to the next stages of the competition. However, it's only match number 2 on the day. Okay, we have 6 in total, which means 4 more left in store.
ジブはね、アルブラのとこ使ってたよ。
As far as our side of things, so that means it's time for another short break while our players get ready to get into match number 3. So don't go anywhere. You're watching the Apex.
ちょっとゼロの発狂を見てくるか。ゼロの発狂を見ますか。発狂してたかな。お、これか。
I stuck him. He's dead, he's dead. One's dead. Look at 3 man, on you. Bro, holy fuck. Got a peek hard.
I am.
There's an arm upon you.
これダウンしたからホールファークって言ってるのか。
We can go right more. We can go right more.
あー、スモークで車線消して展開か。とりあえず脱出スモーク。
Keep blood out.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I'm picking left.
I'm just swinging right, swinging right.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting
Like
angles.
on them, kind of.
結構ポジション強いね、取るの。
Nice, 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 nice.
I can't see anything.
Bang on the car.
Laying one, dead. Plastic, one. GG, fuckers! Bro,
Oh my god.
Sykes, you saw him on the scan swinging to you.
No, I turned my back.
Fuck,
Turned my back. I
man.
didn't see it.
Jesus
You gotta
Christ.
expect that even.
How the fuck did we win that?
That time, man.
Because I stuck his teammate in the forehead. He's gonna run away from him.
I was throwing an arc star too, and then I turned my back. Then I turned my back to it. Good shit.
まあまだね、昨日に比べたらまだっすね。まあ昨日ワンオンツー取ったからな。
He like wrapped
You need to listen to me more. I'm saying you can climb up a layer.
まだ落ち着いてるな、これは。
If you swung with me, I don't know if anyone else shot that E8 with me, but I
サイクズに
fucking
送って
dunked
る
him, bro.。
サイクズあそこでダウンするのやばいでしょ、普通に。
That's 25. Oh, jeez.
あそこでダウンはないぞ。お絶対ない。うん、俺も絶対しないと思う、俺は。どんな覗き方したんだろう。逆に。どんな覗き方したんだろう、俺。わかんないんだけど。絶対死なね、あそこで。まあでも、やりたくなっちゃうんだろうな。被弾する前に普通引くけどね。
I miss him, Vicky. That's why I'm back here. I miss my boys. I miss the moist boys.
どういう感じだったんだろう。
They made their way
配信してるな、最後で。
Sometimes we get to see him at land. That's great, but you know, I
あ、で
just
も
wanted to check in.
今日の見れないな、まだ。
And it turns out they're doing pretty good.
Genome's a part of the OG Burger Brigade, alright? I'm never forget that, alright? We gotta see how some of these teams play things out here. Looking at the countdown, 50-50 that we continuously see here. Once again, this is also the last time some of these teams that may find that success on World's Edge have the opportunity to put some of those extra points on board before they transition.
パンチからまた気づいてなかったんかな。
One of those teams
あ
actually
あ、どうなんだろう
being
ね。
GKS that we were talking about before that usually finds their
パンチから余ってきたわ、そういう相手。
Well, having to figure things out this time around with Season 20 providing the changes that they have.
A lot of changes coming through from this season.
マショットは聞こえないと思う。まあ、それでも知らんな、さすがに。それでも知らんな。いいし、逃げた。いいし、逃げた、相手。テンプル。
There is one to the west of
逃げてんじゃん。
Neither of the contesting teams are anywhere close to it to try and give themselves an advantage in that way. In fact, they may actually just did temporary.
移動早い、LG。
And as you can see, the circle is heading towards staging. So Oxygen, who have already been doing very well, have been given yet another boon.
あー、死ぬ
Oh man, but as you said,
DIG も早すぎて終わりそう。うわー、リーズ死んだ。モノモース、いやいやいや、死なんだろ、あそこで。あそこで死ぬのは良くないでしょ、どこまでだって。オーマイガー角だ。死なない、死なない、さっきの場面で。マジで。
LG, as we said, making the most of a mess last game.
TSM ね、バンガーなしで、バルキリー、コースティックブラハ。バンガー使わないって予告してたよね、そもそも。
Trying to make their way a little further up the leaderboard now.
Oh, they went for that res frame one. They did not waste any time on that one.
TSM どんな感じ？今全体5位かな。全体。バンガー昔一切使われてなかったんで、スコブ系った今もランクの高いのも入れてなぜですかね。他キャラが良くなったからですかね。まあそれもあるし、スカンキャラがいなくなったから。まあ前に比べたらスカンキャラが弱くなった。あと別にデリスコがつくからバンガー使ったわけじゃないからな、そもそもだし。普通にバンガーの能力が強かったからね。スモークで車線切れる。ウルドが最強すぎるとか。パークが強すぎる。バンガーは今回。青でウルトのクールタイム60秒減るのはね、ぶっ壊れだね。普通にありえない。ガチでありえないレベル強い。
Oh boy, it is getting
ウルトラ強すぎて4分になったのに、クールタイム60秒減らして3分なのエグすぎる普通に。前より強くなってんじゃんって。
He turned around so quick. Oh, nice ping. He called it out too. Somebody playing off that tunnel side.
ほら、いないね、全然。
Actually rotated away from that choke, leaving Thermal around the corner, or Oblivion, who rotated away from Harvester. Does look like it's Oblivion looking at the players inside. Yes, Splinter is going to be able to pop that shield cell. They're not going to be leaving this spot anytime soon, but the one team that Oblivion does need to worry about is GKS that are still rotating out of Thermal.
駆け足も強いね。バカ強いのよ。ホラーってなぜなんですかね。わかんないっすね。ちょっとね。使いたくなりますけどね。
When you get one of these circles and you know it's probably going to be staging, but it can pull a bit towards thermal. Just gives you options, especially when they've got evacs in hand, as you can see at least one on Funk.
ホラー環境終わった。
Funk's got great attachments on this 30-30. All purple, a skull piercer ready to go. Won't be blue evil for long.
いや、ランクのホラーやつはゴリ強だぞ。ゴリ強。ゴリ強っす。ただ今のプレマスターの一番人気、レブラントだから。レブパスコンジットだね。使用率的には。ホライゾン4番目。
Just gotta show off just a little bit. You didn't get the scan though, right? Right underneath them, but it's still knowing that there is a team playing right.
バルね、そうだね。バル落とされなかったね。
With a lot of the other southern teams, you have to imagine.
バル鬼強い今。マジで。競技士が使った方がいい。ランクはいらねえ。ランクのバルはね、弱いっす。普通に破壊される。戦闘使いなさすぎて。
Definitely, there's 5 teams in Lava Side. All the surrounds at the moment. They probably will start pulling out very soon, though, as they realize certainly not where the circle is heading.
Still 20 squads and also
奥でパッと対策。確かに東京サーバーでバンが使ったら最強だね。東京サーバーでバンが使ったらパッと彼の上から強いね。TSM 3足サース取ってんだけど。競技レブいないっすね。ゼロっすね、NA は。この構成俺いいと思うんだけどね、これ。バルバンガジブ。バルジブ構成か。これ強いと思うけどね、これ普通に。ジブドームでさ、耐久できるし。全然もう序盤中盤終盤好きな気すんだよな普通に構成的には。まあただ戦闘時にブラハのスキャン食らって死ぬけどそこはドームファイトで何とかするしかねえ。
They just actually popped into the circle quickly to get the scan over at Lava Fissure. So you can just see on the mini-map there, Dark Zero do have zone info for zone 3. Do they want to use that to try and push in on the north?
確かに日本ほどリピーターいないね。確かにそうかもしれん。日本だって3人リピーターとかだもんね。もうあったら絶対拾うレベルの強さだもんね。さあ、ダークザこれ有利か。展開できてないね。一旦空爆さ投げられたから下がる。サイクズは一旦引きます。ゼロは展開して何とかするか。This fight is taking quite some time. Teams like Eternal who are playing more by the edge, still by Mirage Etoile, may try to take some poke damage if they have the weapons for it. 順バテカービン。さあ、ゼロが展開してる。ただ20部台60。裏怖いね、展開は、本当に。時間かかっちゃってるから、これ周りが来てもおかしくないから、結構怖い。さあ、行くぞー。あれ サイクルなんか車線管理できてないのかなどうなんだろう。またなんか怒られそうだな、これ。
Yeah, Dark Zero losing out on that third right at that moment with Elevate coming in from the Monument Tunnel.
絶対切れるでしょ。車線管理できてないんじゃないかな。車線管理って予測だね。単純に展開してるだろうとかいう、多分そういう策的が多分できてないんだと思う。あと同じ位置にいすぎるとかね。同じ位置にいすぎると何が起きるかっていうとね、なんだっけ。基本的に FPS で情報を変えたいんだよ。相手の位置情報とか。ただ同じ位置に過ぎると、もうそこだけしか考えなくてよくなるからクソ楽っていう。位置わかんなくするのが強いんだよ、FPS って。進学シフルあるけども。同じところやって簡単だから対策。囲んだりして終わり。首にされちゃう。首。
Oh, looks for it. He gets deleted though. The follow-up after the initial Nemesis hit into the Hemlock from Zainu. Seeing your feet, Dark Zero, the second team to get eliminated after their win in that last game. Now going out second to last. Rambo's trying to fight for his life here too.
ゼロってパッと入れたいのかな。ザイに抜いたけど。やっぱ車線管理とって絶対キーマナうまいんじゃない 100%。逃げれるし。
Actually shifts to the one similar that we saw earlier today, Vicky, where who's that team on the hill that set up the Watson fences in one?
一予測、車線管理とは言わないけども予測だね。ここ来てるんじゃないかっていう。ゼロって後ろいっぱい見たでしょ。来るかもしれないって、ああいうの見とくんだよ。来るかもしれない、来るかもしれないって。俺がここにいるし、味方ここにいるからここまで来るんじゃねえかな、みたいなの考えてるよ。だから来た時に引ける位置にいるとかね。そういうの考えなきゃいけない。
So many teams are going to be playing by the edge. It's TSM that are in Grandma's house outside of staging for this next pool. As you can see, the mini
デジスコいい変更どうなんだろうね。そもそも競技シーンはデジスコ消していいと思うけどね、俺。クソいらなくね。おー、モザンキンスか。もうこれよ。時代は。半歩ついてねえけども関係ねえ。そんだ。お、いいとこ張るね、フェンス。一応後ろの壊したらいいんじゃねえかな。バッテリーつかな、ここ。It's certainly changed around now with the Nemesis coming through and the Vault, and you know these days you'd have to say the Devo is probably the least used energy weapon. いやデジスコいらないよ。いらないよマジで。スモークの役割果たさなくなるから結構ゴミだよ普通に。さあエレベーター押さなきゃいけないしかもガスるだろうなこれ。勝ったね。エレベーターの勝ちです。刺さったー。俺やってるやってる。しかしこっから出るの大変だね。しかもワッツのフェンス張ってるでしょこれ。これ積んだなこいつら。これ積んだな。お疲れっす。まあ空爆があって空爆投げててもあれか。ワッツのあれあるもんね。出されるもんな。積みましたねこれ。これはちょっと無理だな。まあスキャンでどんな感じかちょっと見たいけども。あれいなくねでも。いるか。2 bro。意外と出れるし。
Elevate Gaming, they got the scan originally, they know exactly where they are on the high ground here. On that little slight lip of the hill, Zacto gets beamed by the Havoc.
まあそこはグレ投げれば。
Is able to pop this shield.
スキャニー
Trying to play off the bench.
守備やべえ。
So
あつんだ。
many nades that they've had to cha-cha slide around.
はあはあパイロンなんだよな。アルブラじゃんしかも。
On the other side, Skirt, who have been holding on to this high ground.
And they can't
Huh?
do anything here. Oh my, wait.
Huh?
What?
I was just about to say, yeah, I was
What?
like, the gen looked like it was.
パイロンがあったの死んだんだけど。なんだこれ。これはブチギレっす、アルブラ。強っ。
That I've never seen that before.
Oh!
Gets deleted right afterwards, and
これはブチギレですね、さすがに。お前だね。今のクソブチギレだぞ、今のは。
Moving on, rotating from thermal, fighting optic gaming right in front of them.
Don't mind.
Sends up the
Give my.
Caustic barrel, eating it as far as he can. One of the perks that Caustic comes into play here in season 20.
カビナダ取ったからか。わかんない。なんだろうね。パイロンの車線が切れたんかな、ギリギリ。 いや、範囲外は絶対ないと思うけどね。まあ、どうなんだろう、わかんねえ。まあ、グレが真上で爆発して、パイロンが、まあ、パイロンの車線が切れたとしか思えない。けど、どうなんだろう。外れた。山根誰だ、キープしてんの。
Dropping gaming above them, Oblivion as well. I don't like their chances of making it to the next ring.
サンシスハウスに TSM いたのは分かってんだけど、ドロッピングゲーミングはハイド。ダークゼロ全滅してるな。あ、オキシエンは死んだか、そうか。TSM 残ってる。
They're the only team on this train tracks. Underneath them, there's no other team that would be out in the open in front of TSM. They do clean up that one last straggler.
Kraber!
With the Kraber in hand,
Ow!
do it. He's just
He died!
with the 140 here. Can he get the follow up? No, he can't. He's getting shot at from up front.
直角ぐらいパイロン防げるよ。だから基本的に地面につくときになんか壊れるから。違うな、範囲内にいるときは地面につくときに壊れる。範囲外のときは飛んできたら壊れる。スイートか。
What have they done with it to this point? They picked up 1 kill so far, so this next stage is really going to kind of tell us if this play has been worth it.
Horizon.
And looking at Satellite, he's only got 32 bullets in that Nemesis that eats up that energy ammo.
ガスルとやべえ、スーパーが撃たれてるこれ多分。え、突っ込む。あるなあ。エルビー入ってる。いや、しかしスイートはいじめられてる。TSM は生きてるけど一人だ。レッツ。あー、このクバカ無理ですね。回復がないんだけど全然。しかし生き残ってる。なんか誰かのスモークがありがたいことにいい感じに切れてる。スキャニー。しかし SSG これ勝ち確じゃないか、さすがに。これは勝ち確だな。SSG さすがに勝ち確です。ただこれ上からひたすらってキル取りたいね。TSM が3位か。TSM3 位か。まあペキャングさすがに無理だろ、こっからは。Even with the smokes just blocking some of that vision, it's not going to be enough with these nades getting tossed out by SSG. It's only Ape Gang on the low ground. Our last 2 squads left here between Ape Gang and Space Station. Scanning! How can they possibly win out? まあ甘えなければさすがに大丈夫。SSG is back and they're here to stay. 決めるのか！ノックスガス。相手の移動のところだけ防げれば勝ちだ。
Zainu is just putting in so
Ah,
much
kata.
pressure with the headlock that specifically of the positioning that they're holding, no matter what. Different angles here.
危ない危ない、ウィングも怖いよ。3発だったから今。3発ってことはへしょへしょへしょで死ぬからな。
Shield cell, shield bat rather.
10 kills for the team so far. SSG
さあ一歩取った。まあさすがにね。まあさすがに負け。こっから負けることはないですね、世の中。
Huge W here for SSG. It's just a matter of time. They drop down, they clean up the lead, and they take
まあさすがにね。
In a spot like that, you can guarantee that Space Station will win in God Spot. And there's that hilltop too that we were talking about for End Circle Genome and SSG. Time that rotate to sit down on that hilltop with some perfect timing to prevent themselves from getting pinched from the teams rotating from Harvester.
Yeah, I really like how SSG played that one, and yeah, just like it happened in EMEA, the team who controls that hill does take the win.
あ、アレブラさっきのツイートしてるわ。グレー。本当に消えなかったんだけど、目の前のしてるこれ。これ目の前のしてるけど、グレー。
rotation at the correct time to capitalize.
And with Light of Horizon in the lobby, you don't have that gravity lift to try to get up until the high ground for free. And even then, you know exactly where everyone's going to be coming out of, even if they do try to split off after coming at the apex. But it is nice to note, aside from that dub from SSG, they made that rotate from Climatizer to be in that spot over by the side of Harvester. So they were able to wrap around basically the entire map to get into that spot with the timing that they had presented it.
Yeah, I guess with a lot of the lobby going towards
そう、13キル SSG アペギャング9キル TSM2 キルか。まあまあまあ、これで9ポイントだったら美味しいっす。
13KP for game-winning team once again. 8 gang.
LG8 キルか、強。
Most of that came from all the chaos that went down earlier on from staging, the teams that were playing through the canyon. Looking at TSM, they do secure 2KP. They're playing that rather patiently. We did see them go for an early rotate onto staging. They stood by the train tracks for quite a little bit of time before they managed to just wait patiently inside Grandma's house on the outskirts of those train tracks closer to staging. Looking all the way to the bottom, LG did secure 8KP. Elevate with 10 was unfortunate on that rotate through that tunnel side of that circle that they were taken out by the teams that were exiting out of staging. But a lot of KP shared between our top 10 teams here.
TSM played it quite safe that game, and honestly, Reps did very well to eke out that top 3, considering, you know, we saw what a precarious position they were in towards the top 5 or 6 when they had to drop down. Once again, we're not really seeing a lot of teams down the bottom here pick up a lot of points, and this was something I said at the start of my casting day, almost, I don't know, 24 hours ago now, Vicky, which was something that I'm seeing
いい映像だね、確かに。
I think could be a little bit of a trend here, and that's that we don't see as many teams picking up a lot of KP and not placement points, right? So we are going to see a bit of a dearth of points in this bottom 10 because you no longer have teams coming with, you know, red armors, crafting on the edge, and then rolling in and being able to bully other teams. You just can't do that anymore.
And that's what we were talking about earlier on in the day too, Genome. You know, we're not seeing, unless it's a contest, we're not really getting too many early or mid-game engagements because of, you know, running into people on a rotation or something. It's just not happening right now. Everyone's playing a little bit safer, so it's taking a little bit longer to get those KP in the match. But we are now at the halftime portion of the show, which means we're going to bring in a guest this time around to chat with us. Very excited to get We the People, aka Peeps, in the show with us. Welcome. It's ignoring the Christmas tree. It's lovely to have you here. How have you been, Peeps?
Levels.
Nothing wrong with a
この人誰だっけ？実況とかしたっけ？
But I'm good. How you guys doing?
We are fantastic, and I have a little bit of a fun question for you because we heard Rain, Dan, and Mark talking about it yesterday, and considering the first time I ever got to cast you playing was when you were playing Gibraltar. I have a Gibby question, okay?
あ、プレイオフは別にまだ全然大丈夫。
What are you picking?
おそらく NA12 チーム出れるからね。結構余裕ある。
if we're talking comp, I think it depends on the play style of the team. So I think that's one of the greatest things about season 20 is that they, you know, brought in the perks, and it sort of allows you to change your play style a little bit. So huge shout out to the devs for, you know, revamping Apex and making it feel like a brand new game, but still not taking away what makes
NA 枠多い。
Apex.
強いからね。
So still no answer. Nobody knows what we're picking for Gibby. Is it the baby bubble or the bubble bunker? No
Baby
answer
bubble.
yet. We don't know.
The baby bubble does put in work, let me tell you. So I might have to go with that. That's usually the better option.
Okay. I'll take it.
Like, if everyone could fit in the
Oh, yeah.
bubble, we're safe. We're safe. And we
何言
just
った
get the
今
bubble
これで
even
ベビーバボ
faster.
って言ってた
Alright, Peeps. Gonna take you down comp lane here, looking at the different.
ベビーバボ信者ってことわかんないけど
Looking at NA and the other regions that we've been exposed to so far that have been able to play on the season 20 patch for Pro League, we're seeing lots of Caustic, we're seeing lots of Crypto and Lifeline in EMEA. We're seeing the Valkyrie get put into play. Are you thinking that Valkyrie is going to stay in NA, or are we just going to toss out NA late game skyward dives into dying true combos? Or how do you think some of these metas are going to evolve, looking at the other regions and looking how NA is trying to utilize more of the Valkyrie approach?
The good old days, you know, popping a Valkyrie and just praying and hoping that nobody's in the building, and if they are, you gotta fight to the death. But no, I think Valk, she just offers a get out of jail free card, which is, you know, tremendous, especially if you can't find any evacs. And the great thing about the Valkyrie, you can't shoot it out. You know, if you hit your shots and you knock somebody, that's great. But, you know, with the evacs, it's so easy to shoot out, especially if you're surrounded by teams. That thing is going down in the blink of an eye. I think we will see more Valks coming closer to LAN. You know, it just depends on people's play styles. Right now, again, with the perk system and all these, you know, updated legends, it allows for a lot of play styles. Like you said, we're seeing cryptos. We're seeing a lot of Caustics come back, you know, just for the defensive capability. But not only that, Caustic's phenomenal for offense. You know, you push in a building, you throw the Caustic all, you throw a couple barrels. It's great to reset with. Bangalore, my favorite, is so good as well because you could smoke LOSs. It's great for resets. It's great for offense, great for defense. But we are seeing a lot of different metas, which again is something so fresh, so refreshing from season 20. And we're seeing a little bit of Lifeline as well. You know, now that they sort of changed up the shields a little bit, the ability to get, you know, the Evo harvester from a pack or a weapon is insane. It's a game changer.
I find it funny how you say there's a, you know, a get out of jail free card with the Valk there, because I feel like 50% of the time, you know, you're straight back in jail. It ends up. But look, anyway, I want to take you through some of the
バルキーのこととか、なんかクリプトとかがライフラインとかなんか言ってたから、シーズン20のパークシステムとかなんか、内容はわかりません。スイッチとキーボード無事切ったの
In match one, this is the one we had over at Countdown, where we had the Seer come out. It was an interesting final circle.
さあ、ちょっとゼロでも見に行きますか。我らのゼロでも見に行きますか。
You need to listen.
What the fuck is that Bangalore doing?
ここら辺でも死んでるのか。
Zero, on the left.
I can't smoke him off. We will get 30 from that side, be careful.
Yeah, there's a team tunnel.
Okay.
I'm scanning for you, sides.
Alright, sir.
Bro, can we...
I'm about to Costco this guy.
Keep going.
I'm pushing blood.
Big, help me.
Okay.
You gotta back me. Bro,
Okay.
no.
Man, just chill. I don't know what the fuck you've done.
Bro,
Just chill. Run away.
There's team high.
There's team left side.
Team
You
high.
have to come to me.
Okay.
run, Jared. You gotta run.
Can you play Cavern? There's a team right behind me.
Be on me. What the fuck?
Can't make. I have Moby, but
Mini slang.
I'm trying to shoot for you. I'm scanning.
Chilling.
You're good, you're good.
We can reset this. If I get mana.
Yeah, yeah.
まあ、まだ試合終わってないからね、怒ってないです。これ、全滅した瞬間、無事ですよ。
They're still here.
Yeah.
They're still right next to me. Maybe she's fucking right next to me.
Just play your guys.
Bro, I'm gonna fucking die.
Come back on. You're good,
No, we need banner.
yeah. No.
We're getting caustic. Run, countdown.
Running right.
Are they still right side? I didn't see them.
Good on me.
Just play your life. I'm doing cat shit.
Play my life, play my life.
No, he's on me. Bro. He's camping your banner. You okay?
Yeah, you have to smoke here for me.
Don't smoke for ages. They blood ulted us. Bro, what the fuck?
I shit on him. I'm getting left
I'm
angle.
dead.
I'm dead.
Smoking one.
Getting angled up.
死ぬ死ぬゼロ
Bro, what the fuck are you doing? Holy fuck!
He literally just climbed on me.
We can't see! We're smoked!
Oh my god.
Fucking hell, man. How hard is this game?
Two psychs.
I
Like the
know,
guy on that
I
thing.
know. The fucking Horizon one all the way right.
Yeah, but the issue is that you're
カメラ消えちゃったよ
caustic with
カメラ消えちゃったよ
Yeah, just play like we're just trying to get left angles like landslide side. You gotta play on us.
I mean, I was just trying to fight them, bro. Like, it was just so free.
血管がゼロの血管が俺思ったより切れてないこれ離席したな
Into the bank.
Oh no, it'd be
Yeah.
I just played out like shit. But
I feel like working.
えいないんだけど
Yeah.
R5 リロード始まってんだけど R5 やってんだけど
Yeah, just gonna get a reset here.
むしろ
They're resetting.
ばっか見ていきますか SSG 現在1位詰まってますね圧倒してるとこは特になしとどこもチャンスがある発狂してるねこれはこれ発狂してるね
Vicky, anybody else that jumps out at you before we continue on with our matches?
Looking at TSM sitting in that
0 なん
10th
ですよ
spot, they usually have those pop-off performances on Storm Point, and since that is the map that we're going to transition to next, I can't wait to see how that's going to play out here. LG starting off a little rough, but still being able to ramp up in the last two games specifically. And then looking on the other side, GKS, we highlighted this team as one of the teams to usually come out in top 4, top 5 on World's Edge. Now, not having that successful story this time around.
アルバラの見てみるか
Good knock. Place off.
One behind the bin. I'm med getting. There's one behind the bin on the right, okay? What? How?
Can you crawl off?
Yeah, I can.
これは泣けるな普通に
They know he's knocked. They're gonna push this.
They're sending. It's 2v2. It's 2v2.
I did not put down.
Dead. One behind the bin.
これやばいね普通に
The bin on the right, okay?
えマジここら辺じゃね爆発線の上とかこれかここら辺だよね多分違うかな
There's one behind the bin on the right, okay?
これは涙すれがちで泣けるわこれは泣いていいなマジで血管すぎるこれはこれは終わってた2発目防いでた確かにマルグレやばかわいそうだこれは
on Storm Point, but I like to see how even looking at World's Edge and earlier today with EMEA, how a lot of these zones have been shifting and having a nice little different pool. Even one like lightning rod. As we set up here and the lobby gets loaded in, let's take a look at the Legend Select. I'm not listening to Temper by the way.
コース行く。コース多いね、NA は。バルキリーも出てきてる、ブラハ。番が意外と少ないか。まあ、番が見るのはちょっとここは。なんでここだけミラージュなんだろうバグってんだけど。右下だけいじめられてる。TSM も構成変わってないね。頭上っぽい感じもする。どうなんだろうね。
On Storm Point, can some of these teams stay consistent? Space Station coming out on top with a pretty hefty game 3 and
キャラ構成誰か足してんじゃない？まあでもバンガブラハが一番人気だね。
Storm Point could be their time to shine as we take a look at TSM and where they're going to be landing before we transition over to the 50-50s that we're going to experience on this map.
Yeah, and I believe it's probably GZ's worst finish so far, which is insane considering just how strong they've been here in this entire split. But you were wondering about that 50-50. Temper has got to be feeling a little bit extra confident after winning the entire time on World's Edge. So now you see them here against FaZe.
Horizon コンティット。
The wall, and like you said, there is an opportunity for EEC to then maybe third party try and clean this up, but right now FaZe and Temper just doing some poke damage back and forth, playing it a little bit safe and healing those shields back up.
And the difference here is Conduit being put back into this composition when it comes to 50-50s comes in clutch. You get those temporary shields so that way you could re-engage in a fight without downtime coming into play with you having to pop a shield cell instead. But Temper maintaining onto the high ground and the smoke still providing them the extra coverage that they could work with while FaZe tries to creep forward. Still sets FaZe at a disadvantage just in terms of positioning until they could get an angle.
We'll see how long they allow this to go on for as well. As they start to get all of that additional information coming through, they'll know where the Evo harvesters are, if they have to change their pathing at all, moving through to the zone.
お互いホライゾンだけど。
So there's going to be lots of options
一気に来た。しかしこれは頭一個。
What a push! They trade here between Snipe Down getting spades.
おお、取りてー。
But Snipe Down comes dropping down. All he needs is a triple take and a dream. REVIZE is going to be able to try to pop this shield bat right behind the
フラットラインのが強いんじゃ。ああ。
Right after he pops the bat, it's the ego check shooting at the death box with the flatline.
強いな。おお。そしておまけの一発作シーン。蘇生より先に下打ちしていくというねパフォーマンス。挨拶。海外なんかやりすぎるとなんかね警告受けたりするんじゃない？なんかバロラントとかなんか受けてなかった下打ち。日本だっけ？日本はなんか打ったね下打ちなんか誰だったか忘れたけど下打ちの警告をなんか2回ぐらいからってやついなかった？ワンが 90%、ブラハ65、鉱石65。ミラージュじゃないね。そう、なんかバグってる。日本だったら炎上だよね。バルキー6か。日本はね、煽りとかね、ちょっとね、うるさいから。海外だと普通だね、割と。
They do have a ring call to behind them, but no legends that they have that could scan it.
And you can see all of those points breakdowns there on the side of the screen as we check back in with Complexity, a team who started off slaying pretty heavy in the first match of the day. They were looking pretty strong on World's Edge, struggled a little bit in the last match, but looked really strong considering they're also working with a little bit of a different roster right now, trying to take that balloon
あ、これノックで150入るんだ。
they could utilize the heights to their advantage and try and gain a little bit of high ground here. That evac tower gave them at least some time to work with. That was huge.
すごいちゃんと情報出してくれてるこれいいね。ちゃんとまとめてあるねこれね。素晴らしい。
You with here when it comes to trying to take onto the height, but still very risky, trying to get themselves out of the line of sight of not just TSM but the teams over to their side. So many teams have already rotated.
あ、我々チーム別にないですね正直。かなり拮抗してる。
Still trying to avoid TSM who are taking
俺出ないよ。
shots at them from the building inside of Lightning.
俺この大会に出るよりねお金稼げっから。それ優勝賞金なんてでかいけど。
How TSM may try to navigate into that next building without getting shot by the squads that have already taken control of the building inside.
Yeah, not a lot of safe space for our teams to work with, so that real estate was very precious as we're still trying to see how complex
解説。ああ最後はない俺。
situation here. They've got a few teams in the line.
解説は 100% 稼げるよ。
We saw how much work he was able to put in with that in previous matches, unable to connect this time around, but also at least scaring off those teams in the distance from looking their way and allowing them to have a little bit more movement on this rooftop.
That 4x8 could be a little finicky at times here. Spades coming in from the skies. He tries to push in, misses some of those initial wingman shots. Carter's trying to get away too. It's
カット必要ない。そうね。そう。これテンプル強くない結構。本当に最下位のチームなのかテンプル強かったんだけど。なんか変えた？まあ相手はちょっと戦闘構成じゃなくなって逆にやりやすくなったんか？だって最下位だったよこのチーム今日全体で。今日めっちゃファイト勝ってるよこのチームちなみに。確か最下位だった気がするんだけど。そうやっぱ最下位だよ。5ポイントしか持ってなかったよ。全体でプレイスメント30位。30位が今日結構暴れてるよ割と。チャリンチャリン競技時にチャーラーいなかったらよかったでしょ。うん、チャーラーいらないよ本当にあれは。よくないよ。ランクでもストレスやばかったよ。エーザーポイント漏れてないね。今まではもう負けまくってたけどね。初動ファイトで負けて移動もできないみたいな。で初動ファイトがね両方あったんだよね。単純に両マップ。そういうとこもあって死んでたね。ルーパッタで今。
Something to keep in mind with everybody else running the Bloodhound. You're gonna have the exhibit ready for you. When you start engaging in a lot of
逆境で強くなってるね。今3周目だしな、最後。
Caustic gas everywhere. Do you want to go to the Prowler? So that is the objective here for Native. They're cycling around the map not only
白はね、即死するね、マジで。チネルヘッションワンパンだしな。チャージ。
Aside from that, you can imagine the flyers that they've been able to take down here, all the mini objectives that build up into the later game plan that you have here for those purple evos.
あれはゴミだったね。終わってたよあの武器は。終わってた武器が一生残ってたのやばいけどね普通に。
Going for a little bit of a slower rotate. I think that was actually the squad that was holding off the choke that Native was trying to push through. So now they're still finding themselves safe for at least this next ring collapse, but on the edge and will have to push through some teams as well as potentially try to maybe gatekeep Native still if they were keeping tabs of where they could potentially be coming as they were moving through the map.
エーペックス人気まあ日本は全然まだ大丈夫じゃない。代わりのゲームがないし。本当に PC やバロラントって感じだけども。言うてパッドでできないしな。パッドのは人工石 PC も。日本は。
Another teammate back there with the blue Evo. Let's jump into a listen-in with Native Gaming to see how they approach this fight here downhill.
Oh! ネイティブゲーム終わったか？視野使ってんだよな。
Okay, listen. The team, if there's a team at nut, they're gonna hear that, so they're gonna be expecting it too. So we need to be ready to fight.
回れんのどっち絶対聞いためるっしょ。
I have two ultic cells. I have two ultic cells.
ヘムロック強いからな。長物少ない、日韓より。
Tap your guns out.
Nothing.
結構ライフル多いね。
They evac. The team evac. The team evac.
We should go back then.
視野。
Shouldn't we?
Well, we should just full commit to this.
I don't see anybody nut. I don't see anybody nut.
Okay, I'm walking up.
いないのこれ、抑えてないのマジか。クソラッキーだな、これは。
Just for now.
There could be a team holding these buildings.
There 100% is. I heard a fight there earlier.
Okay.
100% ファイトみたいに言ってた、
Looking at it, I
100%。
don't see anything.
Okay, I'm walking up this way.
I'm walking up this way with you.
You want me to come?
Just chill for now. You're caustic. I don't want.
意外といないね。15部隊か。早いね、ヘリ。
The engagement doesn't come in from native, but the smart rotates definitely do. Seeing that they're playing at a disadvantage in terms of positioning, they decide to wrap around.
ドアークゼロやられるかさあ、ゼロがダウン。しかしこっちに最強ジンバーテンがいいんだよ。あ、ゼロが一応顔を出して報告してるね、相手に。うまいうまいいや、まず最初。うわー勝つのか今の。これがダークゼロってこと強っ。しかもカッキル入ってないから起こせるんだけど、熱っ。ブラさん、ハーチャージさん、サブスク22ヶ月目最高おはようございます。おはようございます。こんばんは。こんにちは。いやー、これがダークゼロか。強いな純粋な打ち合いまず負けない。アンディゼロさん、500ビット最高昨日買ったので、おすわけ、奥さんとスタバデータでも奥さんと使ってね。奥さんと使います。ちょっと飯食おうかな、飯食らいます。スタバは、ちょっと近場にないかな。スタバ近場にないっすね。コーヒー店みたいなのが何個かあるけど。おっと、危ねえ。やべえ、終わった世界大会で実況してる人はストリーマーなんですかわかんないっすね。どういう人か俺も知らない。かなり昔からいるけども。でも見なくなっちゃった人いるね。なんかクソ背の高い人いたんだけど、あの人見なくなっちゃったな。
No climbing allowed. It's a squad that's trying to fight their way from
TSM!
It's gonna be Cream right
Oxten.
below Oblivion are looking at this fight
from the side, waiting
for these knocks to happen so that way they can come into third party. Nice nade from Reeds. Gets that knock to Yupin here.
マックいいね。マックはすぐ行ける。デバイカンマック。やばいですエイダー抜けた。あー空爆がホライゾンリフト空中へっしょえぐ。しかしこれはさすがにオーマイガーつえ今の環境中向と外部基本は中じゃない基本は外が有利になるときってねあっちがね逆になってねたまたま後売りでね寄ったときみたいな感じだと思うよ俺はTSM 中央しかしダークゼロがこの後強いなダークゼロ強いなポジション 神ポジだ。もはやあそこにいなかったのかよ、誰も。でもちょっと怖いな。どうなんだろう。耐えれるのかな。グレは3個余計にあるね、その箱に。TSM 中央なんだけど、同化されちゃうんだよね、絶対にこれって。おっと、スイートはレップス抜かれてるぞ。
is not having the time of their lives right now. They lose out on Sweet, and the only makeshift cover that they have right now is the lip of the wall in front of them and those caustic barrels. They get the shield swap real quick, they get the banner, but deeper into Lightning Rod, it's gonna be Dark Zero. So
Dark Zero as
a duo. TSM know this, not trying to overextend though. They don't want to give up this building space for the teams that are looking at them like native on that low ground here.
中入りでもあんまりすぐ狩られそう。いやー、そんなことないよ。ランクは狩られるけどね。競技はそうでもないんじゃない。建物ガス強いから、そこまでだね。そんなに突撃されないと。バンが必須ではないけど、いた方が強いね。
teams cause the distraction to give them enough time to stay alive. As I say that, it looks like they want to make their move in right now before all of that kicks off. Perfectly timed because now they can.
これはやってもった今。さあ、しないのカバーしていく。いけないね、ハルちゃんと。味方がかっきり入れられないようにカバーしに行ったね。ゲーマーで奥さんも。
There's probably still rocking all full blue evos, so that's going to be detrimental into this final fight.
Massive play out of LG because now they can just kind of coexist for a little while. You know, TSM won't want to do anything too crazy. They'll try to be annoying, but those caustic barrels will give LG a little bit of breathing room. Now back on board.
ベニキランクは持たないけど、大会とかって回復かなり貴重だから、弾と回復貴重だね。グレーはちょっとって感じだね、正直。結構グレスで回復めっちゃ持つよ。うわ、屋上のやつ強え。しかしダークゼロ撃たれないの俺。ダークゼロ下だから撃たれないんか。上誰だあれはそう。詰めいったんだけどやば。TSM! TSM! わあ TSM が押し込まれたんだけど、なんだあいつら。塩入れ。やばい、エレベーターさすがにこれは無理。地獄だー、地獄だー、地獄だー、助けて、死んじゃう。無理だよ、めちゃくちゃ減った。ダークゼロはもちろんヘイトを買いません。フリー、ダークゼロフリー状態になる。うわー、ダークゼロが圧倒的有利なんですが、一番怖いのがガスウルトだね。まあ普通にいけばダークゼロ勝ちだね。普通にいけば。屋上もそこまで耐久できるポジションじゃないから。さっきのパイロの位置ね。途中で車線切れなくなるから。ダークゼロっすね。さすがにダークゼロだ。ただ屋上のパイロンちょっと壊してこないと空爆通らなくなるから、それが怖いね。あ、でもちゃんどうだ、屋根あるけど空爆通るか。壊せないね。しかもこれアペギャング、こいつが暴れてくれたらワンチャンある。いやしかし実力角間らしかワンマンやれないね。あ、ゼロが抑えてる。ゼロをね引くときに味方のカバーもらえるから、どっちらですよ。抑えてるね。 なんだか全員で取り行った。はいはいはい。取り行くんだね。ああ、屋根よりタワーは近いのか。みんな勝ちじゃん。勝ちじゃん、こんな。入り口に最後ガスぶん投げて終わりじゃん、こんなの。なんかまだ生き残ってんだけど。アペギャングまだ残ってる。ギリ間に合うか。さあ、ハイド死んだ。また、ダークゼロですね。さすがにもう、覆らんだろ、これは。だってこれガスード入り口投げたら終わりじゃない？もう。入れたよね。入れますよね。さあ、ここで出てくるところにグレーに逃げて、まあ、空爆は別に正直食らってもいい。Circle closing in though, the nays being super huge here. Crook, so what DZ さすがにダークゼロ。Just a matter of time before DZ redeemed himself after being the second to last team in that last game. DZ take the game on. さすがダークゼロですか、これが。これがダークゼロか。やっぱり強えんだな。化け物だね、化け物。強え。ポジ取りが最強すぎたな。中盤あそこの平井心全取りが最強すぎる。
was so patiently and well played by DZ. They made it look easy, Vicky.
The comms and the timing from zero to take onto the high ground was everything. It's like what you mentioned. They were also able to get the loot that was right there on top, waiting for them if they needed any extra needs, if they didn't have it already. Well, they had it available to them right there. All that damage coming out, not only being on the higher ground, but also looking around them to make sure Complexity had no way to escape. They were stuck in that room, and even if they walked out, Zero was watching at a different angle to make sure that they were going to get beamed. So DZ knew the only team that they had to worry about was a team that was going to walk out the front doors of the building right below them, and they already took so much pressure. Also, were struggling to try to reset from the initial spawn 2 when they were trying to get them back up. And with no gold knock, you don't have extra health to really work with there too.
Yeah, that was... There was a lot going on there.
13キル。なんか今日13キル3回目じゃね多くねえか。テンプル強え。12キル。テンプル今日、なかなかやってますね。冴えてますな。確かに上の戦いでダークゼロにノーティー勝ってればあったね、そのチーム。GKS.
Having fun too. The synergy on Temper is just next level, and that's why they take every fight with confidence. 13 KP for Dark Zero. Jen Burden having the most damage in the lobby with 1,800. So a lot of the follow-ups coming in perfectly. Even looking at Oblivion with 8 KP as they were holding down the fort right there by the south building of Lightning Rod, but looking all the way down even to Space Station with 2 KP, the team that just won game number 3 with 13 KP. Looking on the other side of the page,
TSM 3ポイント今ので。マジかよ。アンチ入ってたのに。取られてしまった。
Didn't want to fight for that building early. They knew that they were in a much better position once that circle was going to close in behind them. Even if they weren't in that next circle,
そんなことがあるのか。
the lobby was going to do the work for them.
Meanwhile, even when there's no contest, a turn.
ちょっとゼロの様子見に行きますか。まずはゼロちょっとご機嫌を伺わなきゃいけないです。ここで。
Maybe you track out bats, both of you.
もうちょっと後かな。
Okay. Fox is really bad.
Maybe we do take.
And then 3 teams, yeah?
Yeah, Caustic Soul, I think here on my ping.
Okay, I'll try to play roof early.
I'm gonna scan
ルカエフ、あ、TSM はインフルじゃないよ。
Is it solo to do it? Yeah, I think it's what it is.
日本勢はみんなピンフルだった。
I'm gonna get stand on the roof. No, I'm fine. I'm pretty fine.
Okay.
Climb at me! They get up here, it's blue armor! Kill this water maybe! Kill!
Literally 1 HP, 1 HP.
Dead! I'm thirsting him!
Nice.
I didn't thirst him! He's 60 flesh on the floor, inside.
I'm on high.
They have no gen inside. I'm kind of trolling. Hold up. I got my kill!
Okay.
神ってるみじゃん。
Scan the 7. The solo's around here.
There's a team on the floor. Can you scan everything?
Yeah, I'm gonna scan everything now. Scan it.
Give me a bat, someone.
I have one. Just take mine.
I'm dropping one here. I'll drop you one. Like,
Flax, take that. This is a duo. Don't let him pop it. I'll throw him out the doorway.
there's a Reza thing.
It's right next to us.
We can't let this thing that walk up this either.
Solo. He's about to be out of zone.
We need to get this kill.
Nice. Climbing.
I have barrels there.
They're in the corner. Fuck them. One dead. Focus bottom team. I think you just cost to go. Wait, do we slide out? No, we don't have to slide out. Not yet.
I ulted off far.
You have to ult down.
I dropped down low. I'm left side. They're resing.
Just walk over to bottom team.
I'm farming the bottom team. I'm farming
Nice.
まあやっぱりガス入り口にいても出てこない人終わりだよな。
One shot.
Selling?
Matty.
Nice, they're dead. They got jump left side on me. On me now. Where is he?
In zone.
Where is he? Res. He's res.
In zone. No, he's in zone.
I can kill him. Nice!
Let's go! What the fuck is this game?
I mean, that is edge. That right there is edge.
I have just nuked the whole entire fucking circle.
Fucking go. Alright, GG. I think we had like 12 kills? Or what?
At least 12. At least
At
12.
5.
Fuck, was that TSM? Who came second?
Yeah, that Sykes is nuked. No, they came third.
Okay, who came second?
Nuked him.
I don't know.
Cole?
Watson team. Cole?
Immediate ban.
Cole?
Immediate ban. I'm not joking. Lost.
Holy fuck,
Reese,
man.
good fucking call on the lightning rod.
なるほどっすね。ちょっとこちらの様子見に行きますか。こちらの様子見たいですね。ちょっとそうそう。
I've ranged it. Over there, on the east. And look west, look east, look east.
I'm throwing grenades.
Get this kill! We have to get these
この後か。
Wait, look.
kills the whole time. We cannot let them walk up and just put us in the back.
Look evac, look evac!
Where? There is another team out here. I saw someone shooting. No, it's part of the duo. They're swinging up. On our height.
Can we peek it? I'm peeking it. It's a three-man. Don't peek. I just died. Nate this. They're gonna peek. Maybe bang ult?
Walk in.
Just heal. Play slow. Just heal and play slow. They're going to swing in. Play on me.
Bat in. Gotta tell you.
I just fucking threw.
What
What are we doing? Holy fuck, man.
I just threw that. That was my fault.
Come
my fault.
怒られてる。
That's
あら、怒られてる。
on his own.
意気消沈しとるよ。
Christ.
The caustic that sent our room was.
覗いて怒られちゃっ
That
た
was。so my fault. I'm sorry.
Also, we
sorry.
should play bottom floor. Fucking top floor sucks.
怒られて
Walkouts
る。
better. We have more space. Like we're not gonna.
We don't have
fucking
caustic.
ult.
We don't have. I know, but we don't have caustic to hold the doors and shit.
Yeah, but if we get caustic ulted in this room, we're dead anyways. Like we literally can't survive that at all.
That was good. No, that doesn't matter. I just fucked up there. That doesn't matter.
I mean,
I just
こ
fucked
れ
up
ガス置い
completely
とけみたいな言ってるのこれ屋上に。
there. That was so bad.
I'm so bad.
Man. I thought I watched the team evac and fly in as a duo, and I thought the duo was on the roof.
おお。
Had the high ground.
怒られてた。
Somehow,
怒られて
I
た。
don't know, man. Things keep working out for them. They keep getting 25 points. And if you keep doing that, it's kind of hard to beat them.
It's crazy. And honestly, for you guys watching at home,
まあそういう時もあるよな。しょうがない。誰だってミスはある。
You can't be more wrong because we have the EMEA and
Challenger
NA
Circuit
Challenger Circuit Finals tomorrow, starting at 7 p.m. CEST, kicking off with our very own Dia and Graceful, and then NA at 6 p.m. Pacific time with Tom and TMT Church. So definitely make sure you check it out at twitch.tv/versus_GG. And of course, a huge thank you to our friends over at Versus GG for putting that stream on for us. A lot of action here, Genome. Non-stop Apex action here to enjoy Season 20 Chaos. And we're not done here ourselves. NA, we got match number 5 next on Storm Point. DZ has taken 2 games now. 1 on World's Edge, 1 on Storm Point. I mean, can they secure an extra dub and some extra points? We're gonna have to see here.
Once again, we got a team on the hook for the bonus points. This time it is Dark Zero, as you said. So now that we're into Storm Point, Vicky, look, any of these picks that you find interesting? Wait, is that serious? Do we have a
No, it's not. It's not. They're trolling. He does this all the time. He's been doing it the last 4 times too. I wish it was. I wish we got to see the Mirage. Imagine the amount of clones that the Bloodhounds would be scanning every time he gets the refresh. If someone deletes one of his clones or they hit one of his clones. But no.
Covering it. Yeah.
The Mirage main is trolling, and there's not going to be a Mirage. Probably save the Horizon, maybe. Unfortunate.
Yeah, it's bang Horizon Bloodhound for Temper.
But when we do see
あと2000
from that team, though,
あと2000か
is the same 50-50 happening over here by Wall.
True.
うちはドアを押さえる構成がいない構成だったみたいなことやっぱりそうなんだ
Solo team, so I don't know if it really counts.
ガス落ちさあテンプル勝てんのかこれ
I swear we've had some of the most, contests out of Wall of any POI.
Yeah, and it's been
また寄ったか
at the very beginning, and now even with going
でも変になっちゃったのさっき
50-50s, it's just not working out
う
for
わ
fans.
初動 P キーはやばい
Obviously, the synergy
ツーパン
is there. I want to jump into an early
初動
listening
P
with
キーはツーパンだからクソ強えよマジで
when it comes to approaching this fight.
I'm charge of a Mozambique, so I need fucking something.
Car. Havoc on me.
Christ.
I don't want any of this.
Okay.
I'm getting roof of this building. We
have a heavy maggot for someone.
I don't see.
We have the evac thing.
They're on our building, old building.
おいリロードしないぞゼラ
Can we get
大
that
丈夫か
Or can we get that? They're gonna grab it right now.
I mean, I can look for it.
They got it.
They might move up off this.
They're right here.
そういうね12億あるからまあ言うて
They're running. Okay.
そこそこ稼げれば別に全然プレイオフ自体は出れるからな
On me.
I'm here.
Okay.
They scanned.
One dropped.
I'm very
On the right.
I'm running left.
I'm here with you.
I'm queuing up the height. I'm getting roof.
あこれまで行かないのみんなで分かれちゃってるんだけど
They're gonna horizon as well. No
Pop
queue.
yourself.
Shit on horizon. I'm healing.
Inside or what? Inside or what?
Inside. Yeah. I got him.
Watch out.
I'm on the door. I killed one.
I'm here. I'm on
No queue. He's just running left. I'm chasing this guy. Bud one.
おお
They're fine. Side. Nice try.
あーテンプルやられたついに
The bug, by the way. That's sick. That was cool. Bro, what the fuck? Went to shoot that guy and it just goes.
Careful for another team.
ちょっとスナイプだけ屋上行かなかったら怖かったけどもそういう作戦だったのかななんか下にだからさ屋上に1人もし残ってたら3人で潰せるから屋上行こうみたいな話したと思ったんだけども違ったんかな
Complexity were approaching a team that was hiding inside of this building right here, or rather looting instead. Native Gaming now getting involved in a fight. Rembo falls incredibly low. Clay has to get away. He's one here and Elevate are the team to get eliminated. They come out on top. You're looking at Native after having a pretty great game last game.
Ooh, nice pick up there from Native. Klein is a fan of the rat plays, so I've heard, Vicky.
Someone really needs to call an exterminator with the amount of rat plays we've been seeing so far in today. Sweet got that little tick with the smoke nade. Gets right to the care pack.
No!
Beams
Sweet!
with the havoc. Doesn't even need the turbo.
やっぱハボックかこのゲーム。ハボックエルスさんなんだけど。いかつすぎるな、構成。やばくね。
Gonna capitalize off of this KP here instead. Tries to get the finish here. Two teammates playing inside the building. With Sweet
だ、たまねえぞ、全然。
finish. More teams now rolling up here inside of these two buildings on the outskirts of Cascade. Being able to see so many of these other teams now try to fight for the spot. This is where the circle
Optic の突撃。
in that middle area building where Launchpad is, and Optic Gaming, no strangers to this party. The barrel does get eaten by the Watson Gen. GKS get eliminated in the feeds. 16 squads left already with this first ring starting to close.
これ漁夫いるよな。いやしかしまだ守れそうだな。上を抑えたい。おお、シュール来なかった。これレッチも確かパッドになったんだっけ？どうだったっけ？レッチやったっけ？セノックスだっけ？
Right before this game specifically, they definitely need to have these pop-off moments if they could clean up that KP inside of those two buildings. As LG not going to be able to rotate. Meanwhile, all the way up by Mill. In the respawn beacon, it sounds like somebody was able to just get rezzed. 8 can get eliminated in the feats, and Dark Zero was 0 down. Jen Bird and Sykes once again holding hands, shoulder to shoulder to find this team below them.
What is going on here? How did this fight even happen? I mean, someone must have pushed someone very early, because Dark Zero usually quite fast on the rotate here. Sykes will put down Carter, and I think it's now a 1v1. Oh, no, 2. Still 2 up for EEC. But that might not be all, because Cream, they heard all this from down beast, and they said, hey, well, let's get a piece of the pie.
Now cleaning up what is left of that team. EEC get eliminated. It's the back and forth that we keep seeing from DZ. I don't know if they're just feeling that you're on the mic right now, Genome, every time you're trying to cover their action out here, but
ダークゾル1位っすね。まあ、あと2マッチだけども。落とさなそう、さすがに。もう12秒だった、嘘。早っ。ほんとだ、めっちゃ死んでる。早っ、マジ？第2章今これ。え、これ下やるの？やば。ダークゾルは死んでる？もしかして。どういうことだ？あ、ダークゾル死んでんじゃん。ダークゾル死んでる。絡まれた。TSM は？ TSM は？あ、残ってる。TSM 残ってる。ここら辺にいるね。あ、くぼみいるね。結構強いくぼみなんだけど、あれ。でもね、これ上から攻めに弱いからね。上の攻めに弱いんだよな。こうなると LG が攻めてきそうだね。TSM やられんな、これ。
They're going to be able to take an evac tower, but they were able to also get the Evo Harvester that was right to their south originally. So now as they approach through that south side, all the teams that are inside those buildings on the outskirts of Cascade.
あ、今、じゃあ、バイトしたからすまん。ちょっと別のとこ見せたわ。ちょっと今、スマホ見せた。え、パッドだったかなって確認したけど、ちょっとわからなかった。ダーカの配信しか残ってなかった。悲しいことに。
Probably somewhere down along the river between Jurassic and Midmap.
ハイド？今の時代ハイド無理だからな、ブラ入って。国戦がもう見れないよ。
Down on that south side, they are going to be in a great position for this. They've moved over from Barometer. And they'll be able to, you know, just try and hold their backs down there at Jurassic and slowly walk it in. Native Gaming. They're holding the Spider Cave, or not the Spider Cave, just the cave, I guess, to the north of Jurassic. Again, still on that Seer. I mean, hey, last time Seer made waves in the meta, Vicky, it was one team. It was one team that made everyone else see the light. Until he became one of the most impressive characters in Apex Legends competitive history.
On release, Seer was an actual menace in his own tier. And Furio definitely took advantage of that during their prime. Seeing maybe different legends creep up, though. into the strength of how these individual players take advantage of it, but also how it works cohesively with the rest of the team and how they're also taking advantage of the passives. The perks, rather, is sweet. See the pings coming in right in front of them.
あ、リスポーンからだったか。まあ、後で見ますか。ゼロの様子でも。ゼロの様子見ようぜ。TSM 今のところ11位か、今日は。スパーミッシャー、これね、稼げるの熱いよね。最初で100で次50、50かな。キャラパケって何個していくんだろう ?4 個 ?4 個は5個だよね。4個だと思うけど。多分第3の収縮はラストかな。第4収縮落ちてこないよね。どうだったかな。
12 squads left though. The game has definitely slowed down with this second circle closing in. The only team not in that circle right now is FaZe, and they're currently flying in from an evac tower. And they're taking their time going from Evo Harvester to Evo Harvester.
海外国戦ハイドじゃない普通に。普通にハイドだと思うけど。
They're finally able to put those points on the board like they need. Rotating throw, though, through Cascade means that they're going to meet up with a lot of the teams that were playing out on the outskirts of the building by Cascade.
NA 差がつけ人間パッと目にね、こんな強いのチェンサーだからですか ?NA パッとマジクソ強いよ。マジ全員強いレベルでやばい。
We're looking at LG before they took that zipline building right to the south.
Well, I think we're just going to get a very quiet period.
TSM 今のとこ強いよ。あそこ結構いいところだよ。このくぼみあるんだけど、ここ結構守るところだよ。結構いいよ。ただこの後ね、LG が多分このアンチ外れるんだけども、こう回ってきた時に上から攻めるからきつい。と俺は思ってるけども。あれここいないじゃん。あ、ここはいないか。そう、違うとこだ。これこっちから思った。うん。まあこれを見ると、どうだろうね。まあこの辺取ったチームは有利に見えるけどね。パッと見。ラットジャムとかよく言われます。あ、そうなんだ。
They're actually pressuring them from the outskirts here too, not even trying to overcommit.
So.
It's only one member left here for Oblivion. FaZe is cleaning up kills on their rotate here.
無理だよ。
Shots here is literally one. He can't get away and slide down in time, and that's going to be the final kill. Going in favor for Optic. Talk about the points, and they definitely need it here, so any bit counts. Skirt being another one of those teams, sitting in last place right now with only 4 points. We can cruise over here.
Jurassic still got a few teams home to it. Native Gaming still in the tunnel. Oxygen still playing down by the survey beacon. Not sure if they've used it yet or not. And then Cream also up the top. So Gaming Gladiators, they're the ones holding to the left of where Klein is looking right now.
絶対来るじゃん。
Yeah, they'll just sort of sit
来るしかなくない相手。これはシアルド入れてもうスケスケじゃん。最後。海外で国戦入ったらやばいね。国戦。シア、まあまあ。やっぱり花はいいよ。簡単だし。で、ブラハウルト中つけるもん。スモーク全部。スピードも速いし。
Wingman and Snipe Down Sound still holding on to this. Gets the crack immediately right afterwards. See that they also all have blue here. This is where the Evo Shield advantage comes into play. This exhibit was called in, but FaZe is just gonna navigate away. They see themselves getting pinched by a team over to the side. That's gonna be Optic Gaming trying to take some shots at them. But if Optic turn their backs to the team still behind them, that's gonna be LG.
やべえよーFaZe積んでるよ。
It is Monsoon who takes that knock onto Snipe Down.
やべ、いじめられてる。パンダーズ、やばい。押し切って覚醒かな。ああ、その行くか。さすがに厳しくね。どうなん
their backs to the edge of the circle now. It's a short walk in.
死んだ。フェーズ死んだ。TSM まだ残ってる。LG は TSM 仕掛けないか。仕掛けると思ったけど俺。あ、意外と外れてんのか。これだと TSM はそっちもあるのか。まあ TSM どうだろう。まあちょっと後ろをつっついて様子見つつ家の屋根取ったりキャノンの方を取ったりっていう感じで、まあ両方いけるようにしてる感じかな。あとバルートあるから最悪飛びながら探すってもあるけども。まあバルートは選択はまあないな。前の情報を取りながらどこ行こうかなって感じかな。動かして。
But it's Verholst who's trying to get into an angle. LG's right underneath the team. I believe it's Optic Gaming that are taking that fight to them, while Complexity are neighboring the building next to them here as TSM make the outer circle rotate, sitting in a good spot to avoid getting pinched by these other teams.
Yeah, sure, but we've got about 30 seconds to find a new spot in the zone now.
TSM 来るやった。TSM 来るのか。
Who are trying to move in, but TSM are probably going to have to try and dislodge Skirt ahead of them. They want to find a playable spot here. Most of the buildings will be gone after this ring closes, and then you've got all these teams down on the other side. As we said,
ゲーミンググラディエートこれいいポジション取るのにガスで死ぬ。ああどうだったんこれ。 M 何これクリームクリーム取り切った。
They're strong enough to break through it.
And are able to get the reset too with no other team in the area to try to contest and prevent the reset from happening. Complexity as a duo here. Monsoon seeing the team right in front of him. Misses some of those L-Star starts, but he was literally one. Optic Gaming gets sent back to the lobby. 7 squads left, and Monsoon is popping off. 10 kills shared between the entire team, and most of those coming from the Sentinel.
Crazy result there. Ooh, Lux has managed to get his hands on a wingman and has caused some problems for Oxygen, who had managed to run past out of Jurassic and actually find a spot very close to the final circle.
TSM のポジが終わってる終わってるよ無理だよこんなの。もうやりきるしかないねこれね。しかしさすがにきつすぎる。さすがにきつすぎるわ。囲まれてるし遮蔽取られてるし SSG に無理だ。オーフルタンク選択。これ人によるよねバルキリー。当たった当たった当たった。
Happy Feet calling him early though. He managed to escape just for now. I don't even know how he's alive. He's literally one shot. Look at that health.
いやーしかしとどめさせったフォニー。あとシオルが邪魔してくれてる。ワンチャンレップスあるぞ。
Okay, Monsoon. He's gonna fall now, but SSG not necessarily doing any better. Okay, they do get Complexity here, but is it too late, Vicky? With 20 seconds left on this round, they're gonna have to run.
死んだ。
Teams up with Oxygen.
6位か。3ポイント。TSM 取れないっすね。
LG still alive, just leaving Sweet here, playing by the lip of the hill. Here's the res happening above him, but he can't even do anything about it. The moment he climbs, he gets beamed by 2 other teams that have him in his line of sight. They get eliminated. Our final 3 squads here.
うわ、ネイティブゲーミングつえこれ。ガスでばらまいてるし、マイナス挟まれてるし、これ。モザンビークあちゅー !3 対2じゃん。また勝つのこれ。1試合目勝ったチームね、これね。しかしホライゾンランボ乗ってくのかそれに 2発目。クソンチ。カタリストが欲しくなるよな、これ。
Incredible effort, especially considering a team who hasn't had all that much time to practice together, let alone to practice these new and exciting comps. I mean, you know, they don't even have the data to go off, Vicky. I don't think there's a lot of teams out there who have been trying Seer out. So, interesting.
I haven't seen any other team trying out Seer in place for Bloodhound. It's mostly been the Bloodhound because of those scans where you could get them consistently thanks to the perks too. You get to keep them highlighted for longer. Seer can keep enemies highlighted for longer too, but the only team to be running the Seer and finding success right now after taking Game 1 and now Game 5.
Wow. Yeah, 2 wins for them, 2 wins for Dark Zero as well. So a couple of teams really running away with it here in our NA lobby.
Yeah, and that means that in the final game, there is an opportunity for 2 teams that have gotten already 2 dubs for the day to potentially get an extra point on the board for the overall region standings. It's going to be interesting to see here. I want to see how this last map played out, though, because we saw a lot of teams go down while the first circle was closing in.
Yeah, like 8?
It was a lot. We had basically 12 squads going into that second ring. It did slow down a bit, which is something that usually happens once a lot of these teams do find their positioning with the Cossacks settled up inside of these buildings. But in that first circle, it was just chaos for a lot of teams, even playing outside the circle, so far away from where that circle was going to initially start pulling.
Yeah, I mean, you rarely see that many teams go down that early, but, you know,
10キル、1、2、5、2、10キル、10キル3チームいんだけど強っ。しおるキル数多いな。スクリームね、水曜日からですね。レバン、君がんかなんだから、シルメーターと。嘘、言ってたなんか。水曜日からスクリームなんだけども、20時から。マッチポイントシステムでなんかやるっぽいっす。まあ、想定は9試合ぐらい。で、ちなみに24時を超えた段階で、その試合で終了ですね。マッチポイントでスクリームが行われる。そう、うん。で、金曜日だけは24時前に終わるから8試合ぐらいかな。できて。いや、9試合できるね。って感じかな。
So we got phase down here, 5 kills for them, obviously 3 of them coming from that early contest that they are, I believe, sitting 1-1 here on this this little group of Storm Point games we've got going. Another couple of kills coming for our lower down team. 8 gang, I think, you know, a team that have shown
影響避けられる一応。まあ決まりそうだけどさすがにそんだけ試合やったら。
Match 5. I mean, that also means that we only got one more match to go for most of these teams on the bottom end of the overall standings for the day.
さあ、ちょっとゼロ君の様子で見に行きますか。ゼロ君がどうやって負けたのか。
I just fucked up completely there.
Okay.
あ、ハルだ。じゃあハルもちょっと見てみるか。
Building, it sounds like. Or if I didn't scan anybody, but someone might still.
あ、すごいムーブしてたからな。
Cossack, there's teammates on the rock over there.
Yeah, but we have trap.
ここはこの後だね。ムーブしたの。
I'm soaking the tree, okay?
Yeah.
I'm back to you guys.
Scanning!
Pretty sure they're split holding the cannon.
They bang ulted already. I'm standing on me. I'm fine here. No, not yet. I'm waiting. Evan, you gotta get to us, man.
Yeah, I'm coming. Building might look at us.
Okay.
There's one guy on the building roof.
They ran away.
Should I bang ult?
Someone landed on us?
I don't know.
Oh, good.
No.
Bang ult that in front of us.
I'm bang ulting that.
He's one.
How to shoot these kids?
Just play slow. We have a lot of time. Play slow.
Break their traps. I have a digi.
I'm nading them out.
Yep. I can walk up a bit.
Go, play left.
We're safe here.
Scanning!
Across. Double blue across.
Okay, we're chilling now. We're still chilling. Chill.
No one's mirroring us.
I think we're good. There's a dude on the other side of a rock.
どう力しかったんだこれ。
Yeah, I think we do. I think third party that.
後ろが回ってきた
I'm
の
gonna
か
watch out. I got skin. I got skin here.
On me, Evan.
Skin!
Caustic on me. Cracked. Cracked.
ここまではいい
I'm
ね
watching your back.
こ
I'm
こま
watching
で
your
は
back.
素晴らしい
That fucking thirst.
Can't see me through the smoke.
I'm popping a mech hit. I'm watching your back right now.
Yep. Wanna walk up on the right door to get on this rock here. Can you get this rock?
Over here. Can you get the thirst?
Yeah, yeah. I got him.
In the corner on the tree spot.
The trio right here just sitting here.
Cannon spot. They're on the package over here too.
I got scan solo. I got scan solo. By the way.
Fuck out. They're pushing Evan.
Okay.
Come back, bro.
I'm getting pushed. I'm getting pushed.
Do you run
Okay.
inside?
We're getting pinched.
We got.
ここが
Play the wall. 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 Play the wall on me. Play the wall on me. I'm safe.
I'm
I'm
in.
safe.
I'm batting.
We have to push this team. We have to push this team.
For it.
Two are cracked. Two are cracked.
I'm down. It's all you, bro.
Oh, like
かわいいね
guys.
Give me knock, Evan.
Walking southeast. Team here. Up on the tree. We're up on the tree.
You gotta run, Jordan. Rat. You gotta run and rat. Come on.
でここから
Fine, man.
お
They're gonna push
こ
you.
こから
Like you guys just fucking left me behind, man. Like, ah. Like what the fuck?
心折ってる心折ってるまあまあまあまあまあそれなりって感じですねそれなり
Called the car and I was like walking up to the close building. Like, I know we died. Like I'm aware of that.
They're complaining about it. I'm sorry, they fucking died for it.
これ死んだとか
Fuck, man. Whatever. About a car and try to save me? I need someone to listen to me.
We just got
Or just say something.
ここが
I need help. I pick him. Fence? Fuck, man. Whatever.
We can win this.
There's a guy in fence healing.
Put a trap on the door.
I don't have it for 9.
There's a guy going top door, I think.
We can win this.
Hey, you play roof. Swing balcony. Oh, no, they're on roof.
It's just constant. Climb on it.
No, it's two.
Yes. Okay. Batting.
Get on. I killed the car. No, he's stairs.
They're dead
That
now.
was bricked. I don't know why we did that. Could have won that.
I thought you only scanned one.
Nah, I scanned 2. I don't know why I followed, man. Fuck!
Bro, I need someone to listen to me.
We just got
Or just say something. Like, oh, I fucked up so bad, but like, I need someone to listen.
I just swung left with Jan because I just saw him there as well.
They cost to go to the middle. Like, how the fuck am I meant to go left side? And there's a banger popping.
Yeah, I don't know how across to the right. I guess Sykes can go through the caustic, but not me. I have to stay left. Like, Sykes can come with you.
まあまあまあまあまあ
I just couldn't walk.
ちょっと怒る気力もなさそうですねちょっと今回はさあラスト試合でございますね冷静というか慣れてますねこのおそらく歴130あれぶっ壊れですねダークゼロもやばいよ今平均順位クソ高いよまだコケなしだよコケてないまだ1321だっけ1312かダークゼロ今順位やばいよ今普通に取ったーあーフェーズがおっとテンプルここで2連敗やってもったおーっとまあこうなんじゃまあ結構いますねスクリームでも
against Temper. Last time we're going to see Temper for the day here for this final game. And now we get to see
1、2、1、11まあフラン1回だけ10位があるかなぐらいだけども やばいよね、普通に。
massive for them. Potentially an opportunity for EEC as well to maybe bunker
ダ
down
ークゼはやば
and
い
get
か
some
らな。
placement points to close out the day as they struggled on the first half, being the team that Temper was up against on World's Edge in the contest and not coming out on top in that, and then having struggled even in the first match here. They tried to rotate into the 50-50 with FaZe and Temper still took them out. So this is an opportunity for EEC to maybe at least close out the day with some points on the board.
闇上がり10位、
Which
確かに。
of the remaining teams
2人病んで
right
るからな。
outside of this circle this will
インフ
potentially
レ。
favor. Native Gaming also looking pretty set up, not only because of their position here, Vicky, but because of all of the resources surrounding them that could level up those evos.
That's a really good point, especially when it comes to the pathing and having to either go for the beacon scans, the prowler nests, the flyers, even the evo harvesters, of course, to get that 350 extra points towards your evo. We're gonna see so many of these other teams changing that pathing approach that they otherwise would have gone for when it came to playing into those final circle positions or the edge, depending on the comps that they were running. Gaming Gladiators, you can see the pings coming in. We're running with those white
TSM 平石になる今、ウォール捨てて平石に行ってる。
And playing inside the DBZ buildings, it's gonna be Native. Calling out again the positioning that they always take when they have that ring console information.
I don't want to jinx anything, but this could be a solid opportunity, okay, for Native, who have now managed to get a win on each map. GKS, though, flying in, wanting to get involved in this engagement, seeing what they can bring to the table, maybe pushing Native out of the way. LG sitting in the wings, as is Oblivion. But GKS just really want to hold down one of these buildings. Everyone's going to be fighting for this position here, Vicky.
It's going to be so chaotic, too. I mean, if some of these teams don't have the Watson gen, just tossing grenades everywhere.
今日初チャーライじゃないか。ワンチャン。
One of the teams rocking the Watson, the Devo, the Turbo, and a purple energy mag, feasting on that. Trying to look at the other teams now making the rotate in, though. McLovin with the 30-30 shots, trying to take some shots at Bursty, while Dark Zero in the distance, creeping their way over after exiting out of Mill.
Complexity here on their rotate, trying to see what they can do here. Honestly, they were a team that has just been so slay heavy today that I was wondering to see if they could close out the day with a win, finding themselves here pretty comfortably evoed up, getting the alerts. They did get scanned by that beacon, with Lou kind of doing some scouting for the squad. But Complexity, if they could close out the day with a win, I feel like that'd be a nice feather in their cap on their performance here today, especially with a slightly altered roster.
Ooh, says out the creeping barrage right before they got in that corner, though. Looking to try to engage, it looks like, as we take a look at TSM engaging the team creeping up right behind them. Purples, just wrapped by the Evil Harvester and just wait, or did they just approach the Evil Harvester at the same time? Just tuned in.
これ進化キャッシュハイドじゃない？普通に。えぐっ！進化キャッシュハイドだろこれ。許すなそいつら！蜂蜜ハニーハントハイド。やばい。これ焦げたらもう TSM やばかったね今日は本当に。バルシャラ止まった。危ない。死んでたらブチギレだったね今の。生き残ったからよかったもん。ヒヤヒヤもんです今。冷や汗ダラダラっす今。あれアルブラがやばい。ガスルトカバーいいねガスルトカバー。あーしかしおおエレベーターアルブラ終わった。
themselves a little bit of loot and damage on the board here as well, but they don't want to sit here for too long.
Especially not here. I checkpoint. At least luckily for them, though, there are no other teams in the area that could.
ダークゼロまあジェバテンが展開してて大丈夫ですねこれ。 なんだこれ、ダークゼロが攻めれそうだな。攻めやすそう。一旦空爆は避けないとね。EC もね、ポイント今ないから、これもう、突進してくるね、もう。
What? Bro. Oh god. It's like you've got to go out the back door when he stuns them.
That's smart, man.
Oh, the fight approach from Dark Zero.
Fuck! って言ってね、今。
And the entire squad gets wiped out. Gloving stays alive before Cream now comes in for the third party to clean up. What is left of this team? EEC putting on a performance right now at the very end when they desperately need it. But Cream now just trying to put a stop to it.
That was a really, really impressive fight against DZ.
いや、まだわかんない、まだ。まだわかんない。まだ1位だったから、まだ。ギリギリ1位。2位が52か。SSG! いやー、しかしこれ、無理だな。SSG か。ネイティブ絶対上がってくるだろうね、これ。まあ、1位はちょっと苦しそう、さすがに。
And they are also not going to let Carter to escape here, though, because
死んだ。
it's simply
まあさすがにね。
in the last match of the day here, Vicky. Cream, clear out EEC, and knowing that DZ's out of the lobby, or you know that's
知らないチーム多い。まあそんなもんじゃない。NA なんて。
Yeah, like what? With the evil shield disadvantage, they were all on blues while DZ had all purples.
海外わかんないよ。まあ NA はまだわかる方だけど、EMEA とかもう全然わかんねえよ。
Out of the lobby, SSG make the rotate. Exiting out right through Cascade Falls. FaZe right on top of their heads though, looking at them on the roof of the building. Look at FaZe was trying to go for
SSG53 になっちまった。
so they were able to get notice on the teams around the area.
ダークゼロも53だっけ？
We're actually going for the ring console here at Cascade and they're
まあ SSG あともう数ポイント稼いだら終わりっしょ。ワンパレも破壊したら1位でしょ。
SSG
EMEA アライアンスだね。
really set themselves up well when they decided to not take that engagement earlier.
ハーデッキもいる。
We're just kind of checking in with them as they make
最強ハーデッキ。
through. Like you said, they're clear on this south side right now, so they're okay for now, but they are heading towards the zone that forces them
ワンチャン。
into
TSM ここでチャンピオン取ってワンチャン上位に食い込みたいところではある。
and then a wall of teams, all of whom have moved here early enough to claim these buildings, whether it's the nut buildings or the ones that are on the south side close to those chokes. So it's going to be a potentially difficult road for any of these teams who are coming in late on these rotations to try and make
プロチームじゃねえとこばっかってことか。
passage through to the next area.
Especially the teams that have to rotate through the
見やすいからありがたいだろ。
south side too, even though their buildings
全然知らねえとこばっかりだ俺も。
through the windows. The teams that have already found themselves in
言うて今から名を上げるって難しくない？もうなかなか。
could put themselves in a pinching position here for the other teams to come in from the north side once that next circle closes, because this circle would probably be pulling more down.
クラストしたね。クラストがパッとなったんだっけ？誰だったかな。レッチかクラストがパッとになった気するキーマンから。
We used to see circles when they pulled in this direction, pulled by the water, where there was no cover to work with.
次どうか左上に寄ると思います。Let's go. TSM! TSM! Chance! クラスがパッとにこうしたんか、キーマンから。
Now we've seen a situation like this just a little while ago with TSM where they had
ハーデッキのこれずっと楽しみにした。ハーデッキはやばいよね、マジで。最強だかな。最強キーマン。
how everything's handled this time around, although this is a messy final circle that all of these squads should be very familiar with and how to handle it and play it. It'll be a great way to close out the day as we're starting to watch SSG make their choice on how they're going to start pushing their way through, and it will be a situation where they'll be
SSG ワンチャンこのムーブだと死ぬかもしれないな。
they try to do a little bit of a slower, wider rotate, see if they can maybe get a little bit more of their shields leveled up before they had to make this
これダークゼロまだワンチャンあるな。
And you can tell all of these pings coming down knowing that it could be a
あ、
little
リッ
bit
キーは
messy.
キーマンに戻ったって。あ、そうなんだ。
Happen here soon.
ハルキ何がうまい？エイムクソやばいのと、レレレ読みがね、やばすぎる。クソうまいよ。レレレがガチで読んで、切り返しも読んで全部当てるからな。っていうレベルでやばかった。さあ、ウルト使いつつ索敵ですね。ライフラ。ライフラどうなんだろうね。奥の岩は開いてるけど、どうなんだろうね。守れんのかな。
And they're trying to land on top of the armory, and they land right in front of Optic. Taking this fight is going to be so risky. You are literally going to get shot by everybody in the lobby. The smoke nades providing at least a little bit of time to breathe.
Scanning!
Coming in, but they have to take this fight versus Optic. They scan only 2, so they see that it's potentially a duo. But I do believe Optic is a full 3-man.
ガスいてーガスいてー35ぐらいもらっちゃう。誰か死んだ。いや、エレベーター積んだ、さすがにこれは。SSG 落ちた？どうだろう。見てみるか。いや、生き残ってる53ポイント。いや、ネイティブも53だ、これ。誰か入ってきてる。あ、SSG 死んだ！ SSG 死んだ！ネイティブダークゼロなんとか SSG 死んだ。あとネイティブが死ねばダークゼロ1位で、これ。今のところは。さあ、オプティック。ただ、ネイティブが54になったらどうだ？ダークゼロ何分だったっけ？55か。ネイティブワンチャン死んだらダークゼロ1位あるぞこれ。TSM ないだろうね、上に出てくるよ。12位だって。25ポイント。いや、ダークゼロ63とかだったっけそんなになったっけ50代だったよ、確か。お、オキシエンだ。ここもなかなかね、強いチームだからな。ダークゼロ54だってね。あ、54。あ、違うな。これさっきの試合だね。更新されてないな。55だ。ダークゼロ55だ。いや。ネイティブどこだ？ネイティブ右上か。これはさすがに注意稼げるか。どうだ？ネイティブはさすがに生き残りそうだな。これネイティブ1位だね。多分。でもベインがこれスケスケでやってるからワンチャン死ぬな。ベインスケスケ状態で今これ。おっと、ガスルトに入れてワンチャンあるぞ。ガスルト入れてワンチャンぶっ殺されるよ。8位。次順位上がったらポイントで同率。さあまず同率同率TSM 頑張ってる。
No smoke.
You need smoke
Body
for me.
block. On your team.
I'm putting purple
Smoking
on
two.
it.
Smoking two.
Wait for me to make it.
Could we go back? Smoked us.
Ah, let's
Oxygen had gotten the reset before. They just lost out on Vayne, and they had even done so right after getting that
ランボ
Kramer
ー
shot on
いやめっちゃ撃たれてる棒撃たれてるこれやばくねネイティブ死ぬんじゃないかこれネイティブ死ぬんじゃないかネイティブ超きついぞ今これあーこのスモークで耐えれるかオキシデンが先に死んだらあまだ変わんないかまだ変わんない5位になった瞬間1位になるネイティブがはいスキルするかまあ1位なんかどこ取れそうだね C よりもオキシデンも残ってるしまあダークゼロ1位厳しそうだねこれはまあ TSM が1位になったらダークゼロがワンチャンって感じかいやしかし TSM さすがに無理だろこれはでこの後の光線もあるからね倒してで突破していくスタイルすごいワンチャン入ってんだけど熱っマジネイティブ死んだしかしネイティブ5位か今のネイティブ5位か6位6位で死んだネイティブあれこれダークゼロ1位なんだけど多分今ダークゼロ1位なんだがダークゼロ1位だぞこれじゃあこれ TSM 勝ったらダークゼロ1位でも回るぞオキシデン50ポイントでまだこれオキシデンが死んだらダークゼロ1位じゃないこれちなみに TSM ポジめっちゃよくないウィングマン怖いなこれスキャニング右ハイド右ハイドかオキシデンだとあと1人でしょ右のこれダークゼロ1位じゃないこれダークゼロ1位じゃないあスイートいい位置いるなモバリスこの前後の本州大事だよなこれエイダンのウィングマンやだね TSM なんか変なダメージ受けて死にそうマジで LG これチャンピオン取っても1位なれないよね6キルでこっからプラス5でしょ11でしょ53が最高だねあ6キルないかあこれじゃああれだオキシデンがチャンピオン取らない限り大丈夫だダークゼロスキャニングright on top of each other on either side of this rock, and it could potentially now come down to OXG taking an opportunity to try and do damage between TSM! あるのガスルトあるのかなガスルトあるのかなガセ取れたこれは TSM ローリングさんだ失礼やな俺がバンガウルトじゃリーズオキシデン死んだダークゼロだダークゼロがおそらく1位ですさあ TSM ワンチャンやっと勝ったー TSM44 まで伸びた7位かそれでも詰まってるね上なかなか厳しいねこれ多分ダークゼロ1位ですね今のミスどう思いますかいやー五分五分ですね正直いやちょっと TSM 振りがなぐらいビフリぐらいオキシデンに打たれてたからちょっとビフリぐらい
And that Rolling Thunder getting that knock was such a big deal for them to have that advantage, because then at that point, they know LG wouldn't be able to go for the reset because Oxygen would just wrap around right behind them.
Yeah,
わざと投げられた気がするけどな。投げられてないんかな。ダークザルも持ってる。
Try and close that one out as well. Like we had said, that was one of the few times we got to see them in a top 3 spot or even like a top 5.
8キル1位。CM で15キル取ってんねこれやば。
I'm gonna hype up TSM and LG for that first and second place finish, but Vicky, I cannot take my eyes off Complexity in 5th place with 15 kills. What?
I was looking at the feed.
あ、シオル1位あんのかな。どうなんだろうね。
Senti shot after Senti shot. I was seeing it, but the fact that they were able to not only gatekeep some of the teams that were trying to force their way over to the southeast side of the circle had closed in before they left towards the armory to get to the then third party. But after that, that third party also allowed them to not only hold the armory, get the KP that they need, but then nobody was able to contest them.
15。どこでそんな取ってたんだよ。映ってなかったぞ多分そんなに。
To rotate in, they were out in the open, there was little to no cover. They were feasting on half the lobby here with 15 kills.
I mean, you don't even need a
ライフラやめて正解だよ、シオル君。
They almost matched TSM in total points. They beat LG in total points. That's a massive performance for Complexity, and we'll check the second page, but I don't see too many kills being available considering just how many were absorbed by everybody on that first page phase, though having a nice showing there with 6 kills to their name. Everybody else, so I just don't think there was much to go around, Vicky.
No, it's unfortunate. With FaZe falling down in 11th place again, it's another game where they get the KP, but they don't get the placement that they were looking for here. But overall, still being able to put themselves on the board. With Dark Zero falling in 17th place, they still had a good standing, though, showing the fact that they were able to get 2 great games after they got the dub.
All right, well, we'll get Genome back in here to close out the day with us. Thoughts on that last match, Genome?
Yeah, look, is it plot armor for TSM? Not sure. Right? It was well played by them. It was a very tense standoff between them and LG there at the end. It felt like Oxygen maybe was going to sort of prove the difference, but in the end, it was the Bangalore ultimate actually getting one of the knocks onto LG, which opened the door for TSM to take that one home. Yeah, look, interesting that it took them so long to get started. I almost want to call it a disguised now, because like it feels like you know, they've kind of coined that, like, have a really slow day and then bring it all back in a game 6 kind of thing. I feel you know, do we just name that after them now?
True. True.
まあ結果落ちてみましょう。落ち着いてね。
To close out the day, at least for TSM, we'll take a look back at all of our final circles, though, because we had some crazy endings when it came to the Storm Point side of things, going all the way back to match number 4, and this might be my favorite match on the day, only because of how chaotic this was at the end here. DZ was the only team that was owning the northern half of this final circle. They make an early move to get the top of this building, and even though Drop-In Gaming were able to stick some crazy reses there at the end, the amount of ordinances that Dark Zero had in their backpacks to be able to use these to continuously fend everybody off from pushing outside of this building was insane. Complexity there on the second level, Drop-In Gaming on the lower level. DZ played it so patiently and so perfectly so that by the time they dropped down, it was the easiest cleanup of their lives to close out this match.
いや今日はこれでもう終わりだよ。あと来週っすね、NA は。来週2日で終わりかな。で、その後リージョナルファイナルが再来週かな、NA は。通過12チーム。
And then Native really start to pop off in this one. You know, Oxygen also being very consistent performer throughout the day. But as you can see, you know, you've got Rambo. We've seen this guy, what he's capable of at LAN at the highest level. But Luxfity the new pickup here, who you know was having some issues on meat with you know, following orders and really playing in a cohesive manner with his team. It hasn't looked like that at all on Native Gaming. So you know, whether that's the IGLing here, whether that's just a fresh coat of paint, Native look fantastic today, and taking out 2 dubs is honestly pretty impressive for the NA Pro League.
And then, of course, to close out the day here, Vicky, a nice little Black Sands finish. The chaos between the smokes and the caustic barrels. I mean, all of it came together in TSM's favor.
There's honestly such quality fighting here too for a final circle from every single team that's left, including Oxygen playing that out as a duo and even getting that res at the very end. Again, just providing that extra pressure. Yes, they were forced to escape from the smoke right in front of TSM. They close that out here versus Oxygen, but then the barrage that came in, the bang ult that got that knock onto Slayer was the success story here for TSM. Aside from the fact that they already had the height here, they had high ground advantage, they had number advantage, and
あ、ここに熱くなったのか、ローリンサンダー。なるほど。だから死んでんか。
Reeds was the last one alive before they finally cleaned them up. One piece for TSM, another for LG. I love that they both ended up focusing on that last member of Oxygen right before TSM was crowned as the champion at the very end, and they definitely needed that game.
You know, I was looking at all of these stats, and we had such a back and forth day. I mean, sure, Native had 2 wins on the day, but looking at individual performances as well, we had so many other teams where even if they weren't finishing in first or second, they're ending up with double-digit kills that there's no clear standout winner like we had in EMEA today. When we were done with EMEA, we knew it was going to be at the top of the leaderboard for our series results. I have no idea what is happening now, especially after a 15-kill, 6th place finish out of Complexity to close out the day, with TSM and LG getting first and second with decent amount of KP themselves. I'm excited when we can finally get these scores up here, because I need to know who won this third to last.
Oh my god! COL が56。途中までオキシジンが2位って出てたけどね。3位か、3位出たっけ。詰まってますね。しかしダークゼロが2位。これはまあまあって感じでしょう。COL やべえ。確かに生存ポイント少ないけど、キル数がやばい。破壊してたな。
This is absolute insanity. Not only that, but Native tie DZ, both at 55, only 1 point behind Complexity, who apparently Monsoon said, my backpack's real empty today.
モンスーンが1000キルだった。モンスーンか。ゴッドキーバー。TSM7 位。あれ、アルブラ5ポイントだった、今。ダークゼロが5試合終了時で106。ダークゼロも世界確定ですね。世界。COL は、どうだまあもう各レベル。まあ COL も各かな。ほぼほぼ。ほぼ。もうこれから大こけしてない限りはって感じだけど。
Putting themselves up with 80 points, I mean, that was one heck of a day for Complexity. The man with the guitar himself coming in to sing us a song, and he's singing for the rest of his team to put them up in the overall standings.
You know, all I can think of, Glitter, is when Monsoon was there at LAN with us. As you know, we have a look at some of these other teams who are very much on the cusp of making it to LAN, like Fury, Gaming, and Disguise. Others like Optic and Exit, I think, still definitely have a chance.
昨日こけたね、フューリア。19とかだったかな。
Didn't make LAN, and you know he was on the desk with us, and the vibe shift between him then and Monsoon, the sniper monster that we're getting now.
スナイパーモンスターって言われてるよ、モンスーン。
Difference and a glow up for a guy who so many people counted out.
Absolutely. Listen, Mon, we loved having you on the desk, but we love you even more when you are popping off like this in Apex Legends, okay? We get to see the third and final page here so we can see which squads are really going to need to pick it up. Now, quick reminder, everyone that says series played 4 has 2 more match days. Obviously, anyone who's on 5 only has 1 more opportunity to get enough points to qualify through to the regional finals and then, of course, our playoffs at LAN. We've got to talk about this. It was up in the air until the final moments because I couldn't make a choice. But after what we just saw, when it comes to the MVP of today,
まあこんなとこっすか。
it has to be Monsoon.
MVP だって見てみる。COL。
This man close out the day in this type of a fashion with the most insane
チネラ。
sentinel shots that we have seen all day. Even if they weren't getting the team performances that they wanted on World's Edge, still putting in work on the World's Edge performance. He has to be the MVP. He is the vibes leader of the crew, crushing it on his Bangalore. And like we said, we were looking at those overall standings. They were in
なんで今のところにいたんだ。
now putting themselves in second behind a DZ who has honestly been unstoppable until apparently today by 1 point when Complexity and Monsoon specifically decided to make sure that they remind everybody why they're here with the
21キルしてんだよ、一人で。
I feel like Monsoon has to probably be one of the most fun when it comes to these media day shoots. But look at these stats, guys. Over 5,100 damage, 21 kills. And we talked about that earlier in EMEA. In EMEA, that was the record that we saw today. Literally. And now Monsoon's matching that with 21 kills. And I could not be more excited to get the man in here himself. Lounging, reclining, happy with the performance. Monsoon! Dude, welcome! Congratulations!
Oh my God! Thank you so much. I'm shaking right now. So thank you.
Whatever, I need to know what the routine was heading into the performance here today because whatever you did, you can never change it ever again.
Listen, we wake up, we hit the walk, the dog walk, we hit the Pokemon Go daily incense, of course. We come back, we eat a little bit, play some TDMs, meditate, you know what I'm saying, cast a couple spells, and that's it. That's the routine for me right now.
I love that.
Dude, you guys are unstoppable. I just the vibes are massive on that team. I mean, like, who else is as good with the Sentinel than you, man? Like, I have to hype it up because that's where most of the damage came from. Like, seeing you also, like, I don't know, what's your favorite sight on that weapon? I need to know. I see you using the 4x8, and you're just always cracked with it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Oh my God, I try really hard. 2 times has to be my favorite, 100%, and then the 6 times above all else. Those are my 2 for sure, every single time. And I'm stoked to be able to use it, and I'm glad it's working out because everybody says it's a bad weapon. Yeah, well, you're a bad weapon, you know, because we're owning with it. We're hitting shots. It's so free. You know what I'm saying? Like all these guys don't know what to do when they get hit 156 in the face with a freaking charged up Sentinel. So it's good, you know.
Yeah, it is pretty good. It is pretty good. I mean, like, the amount of kills coming out of you today, just ridiculous. But, you know, it was a team effort after all. You know, we even saw Retzi coming in today as well. And yet you still won the day. I mean, how does that happen when you've got, you know, rust changes or whatever it is going on here? That's an incredible result, Mon.
Dude, it's so thankful for it. You know, IGLing from 5 different POIs over the course of the entire split and playing with a sub and picking up Lou 3 days before roster lock has been nothing but difficult. But I mean, we put in the work, we sit in customs, game theory, go over VODs, whatever we need to do to make sure that we're feeling confident. At that point, if it works out, that's fantastic. And it worked out for us here. So Kim's at a wedding right now. Big shout out to Kim. We won this for you, baby. I know he's sloshed right now. I know he's celebrating and stuff. And I think we're all so ready to go to LAN. We are so ready, baby. That's how I feel. Thank you.
You know, we have mentioned that earlier too, the fact that you guys are playing with a different roster today, just another hurdle that you have to overcome. But I want to get your thoughts on season 20 in general. Clearly, it doesn't matter what hurdles are being thrown at you. How has this new meta really benefited your squad?
Man, benefited. Oh, that's an. I don't know if it has or not. There's still a lot of unsolved things. It's been a super interesting shakeup to see, Lifeline and Caustic become more relevant and Watson coming through. Valkyrie is back. Come on. Like a lot of our success in these games and these sets come from the Valk repositioning tool, her ultimate landing in God spots essentially. And it's been awesome to see the change in it entirely. And we're going to continue putting our heads down and continue trying to figure it out. And we're feeling good. So momentum is great, and that's it. That's it.
All right. Well, Vicky, Genome, do you have any more questions?
Look, okay, so if you were praising the Valkyrie here, obviously it's worked out today. I think one of the reasons why it started to slip out of the meta previously, right, is it can be a bit of a roll of the dice sometimes. I mean, have you guys, you saying you're doing some work there to try and figure that out? How do you think you can kind of mitigate the weaknesses of that ult, and how, sometimes you can just land in a whole big mess of trouble?
Yeah, no, it's really difficult. I mean, it is a coin flip at the end of the day, like if you die going up, take damage flying through, maybe you're not, like it's a skill. It's a whole skill trying to figure out where you're going to land off of the Valkyrie. Some are easier than others, of course, but if you can't have a free spot, then you need to think about how the point A to point B flow amidst chaos goes, and whether or not you can pinch a team, or whether or not you get on the ground and have a shot at even playing the game, because it feels so bad when you land and you just instantly die. And it's like, dang, we should have walked in because at least we could have shot our guns. And that's the difficult thing with Valkyrie that we all know and love for the last 4 years. But because there's less Valkyries now, it buffs Valk as a whole, because nobody has access to the spots that you would with Valk. So that's going to be like the major factor right now for us, is we have access to all of these spots because nobody else has access to them. So if we see more people playing Valk, then it's going to be a little more difficult. But for right now, it seems pretty good. So yeah, that's it. Just get used to the game. All
right, Mon. I wanna let you go so you can enjoy your celebration. But before we do that, I have one final important question. What do we have to do to get another song for another big LAN?
Apex, onset, come through, baby. Let's do it. I got some stuff. I would love to. Live performance, next champs. I don't know. I'm down. I'm always down. I can play. Let me know.
I heard live performance. That was the part I picked up on that.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that. That scares me a lot. I'm down, I'm down. Let's do it. I think maybe.
We'll see what we can work behind the scenes here, Mon, because that would be epic, obviously with the dancing.
Yep, 100%. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me again. You guys are killing it, so appreciate you guys a lot.
We love you, Mom.
All right, Mom, we will talk to you later. We love you. Thank you so much, and congrats.
なるほどですね。よし、もういいか。じゃあちょっと寝るわ。じゃあまた夜配信するかもしんないっすね。ということで、もうちょっと眠いで寝ますね。お疲れちゃーす。すいません。ういぜー。